Hey folks, welcome back to The Dark Veil, a real play D&D podcast about a group of adventurers played by lovable idiots. Where we last left off, our party traveled north, looking for Wildspeaker Velen, in hopes that Velen would be able to train Dain to use the druidic magic that he's received. Upon finding the entrance to his underground sanctum, however, they found the grass dead and scorched, and the door broken in. Cautiously, they descended into the cave deeper and deeper, fighting their way through various dangers and enemies, finding death and destruction, abandoned dwellings, and strange magical curiosities. Eventually, an enemy presented itself, a green-skinned hag, always one step ahead of them. Cackling, she collapsed a cave behind her and summoned two great carrion crawlers. The party put the worms down and tunneled their way through, and finally caught up, finding the hag, Gretta Thatchfoot, trying to break through the magical barrier shielding the Sanctum survivors. And now, as Rondon steps out of the shadows to confront her, that is where we pick up in this episode of The Dark Veil.
So this is what she looks like. She looks like a decrepit old hunchback woman with these tattered brown rags, this gray, thin, spindly hair, and her horrible, wretched, very bloated body. It's a hunch. So she spins around and she says, "It took you long enough to get here," and whatnot. Meanwhile, one hand extended towards the barrier that Velen has placed. And the other now turning toward you all.
Has initiative started? Are we rolling? Okay.
I guess I'm gonna start walking because I'm to my knowledge, she's only seen me, so I'm gonna start walking towards her, and so. Sorry, I got Dain voice stuck in my head now. So what you doing here?
What are you doing in the grove?
So she doesn't have line of sight based on the thing.
She heard you.
Yeah, so I mean, you could also stay hidden if you want, but
What do you mean?
To Dain. Yeah.
So I just ask her, so what you doing down here? Looks like you got a few youngins over there.
Technically, you can't see that well.
Oh.
There's a lot of things blocking the way.
Sorry. It looks like you're doing some arcane bullcrap over there.
Is that what you say to her?
Yeah. Why not?
She says, "You would do well not to interfere in my plans."
Well, you would do well not being down here doing shady shit in the cave.
He's like, lick my boot, I'm Rondon Timber.
lick my blade of my axe.
Oh.
I don't actually say that, but
Okay.
I was like, yay.
I'm not gonna start initiative just yet.
Perhaps you would care to come closer.
I mean, you can always come over here too if you want. This is a two-way road.
Meanwhile, you hear from the other end of the cavern. You, whoever is there, leave this place at once. You do not know the foul magics she controls.
I'm sorry. Who exactly are you? I can't quite see you.
Now is not the time for introductions. You must flee.
Well, my name's Rondon Timbers. Who the hell are you?
Velen.
All right, Velen, are you hurt? Are you being hurt? What's happening?
While he's doing this, can I start creeping behind closer cover?
Are you sneaking? Or
I'm gonna try.
Okay, so stealth checks from close.
Dude.
And we did pad my armor so that it's not disadvantage on stealth, right?
Can I hold an action?
So I'd say.
Sure. What action are you holding?
If she attacks.
Okay.
Nuts.
Yeah, I will too hold an action for if she acts funny and I feel like attacking her.
Okay. You'll have to have line of sight on her. So
Easy.
Right, currently where you are, you don't have. Well, I guess Juan's saying you have like kind of three. She has like 3/4 cover. From
Gotcha.
From where you are, you'd have to
If
like,
I-
sneak out.
Yeah, if I rotate to the left, like to the square diagonal, I guess I'll just show you where I'm thinking. If I went here, you see it?
Can you see okay?
Yes, but holding an action means that you don't move. You just. Sort
Oh.
of, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah. So technically, she has 3/4 cover, so I would roll with disadvantage if I
No,
attacked.
she has an armor class bonus of +5
Gotcha.
because most of her body's covered, but not all from your
Okay.
side.
Perfect.
It's like you like sticking a gun, you know, like to the side of like the pillar. Just,
Right.
You
Pew
can't, really,
pew.
you can't really have much aim while keeping
Pew
cover.
pew
yourself.
pew.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
It's close.
I rolled a 10 for my stealth.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay.
Yikes.
Well,
All right. So go ahead and move.
And I rotated there, which really still she doesn't have line of sight on, right? Maybe she would have heard me.
my name's Dain. He's just talking to himself.
I'll go with Dain.
Right there.
So wait, that means if she has 3/4 cover, can she also see me?
No. Well,
Okay.
technically, she kind of can, but kind of not. Based on your stealth roll, what did you get again?
Oh, dude, I don't even remember. I rolled,
You
Like a
rolled really
34.
yeah, 34 at least. Yeah. If my last roll was my stealth roll, my dice is sitting on a 19 right now, and my stealth was +6, so it would have been 25.
Gotcha. So that factors in.
Perfect. It's a chopper.
So, Valen, what are you doing down here? What is she doing to you?
She has cornered us in this room. You would do well to leave this place.
Well, I can't do that, bud. Not with you down here. Especially when we got this, well, witch attacking. So I can't leave you down here.
Are you still moving forward, Rondon?
Yeah, I'll say I'm moving forward.
I just wanted to
And-
know for the sake of you on this mappy map.
Yeah. I will say I moved kind of right up here. I mean, I'm not sneaking because I'm yelling throughout the cave, so. But I'm also trying to keep relatively out of her line of sight.
I think Eric has some, or Mike had some. His fingers crossed.
Is the glow coming from the barrier enough
Yes.
that I can see her?
Yes, I would say you can see kind of like a strobe light effect.
Then I'm going to drop my torch so that I'm not a big flashing neon sign saying, "Here, attack this."
Okay.
Smart.
And then
I'm actually going to move down this way.
So one thing I'm gonna do I'm trying to think. I guess I'll kind of wait. Right now, I'll wait for Velen's response, if he has a response, that is, to Rondon's shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
You see her, Greta, take one step towards you all.
And so I'm going to quickly use a cantrip. I'm going to use my minor illusion.
Okay.
And throw my voice to, like, over here.
Nice.
Be like, watch out.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Let's see what I got. I guess, would that be under dexterity? Oh, there it is. Never mind. 13.
Okay. She does not look in that direction at all. In fact, she looks right to where you are, Rondon. And she says, "You all have played your part marvelously up until this point." You can see her face now changes to Wintha. You can see it cycle through several other faces. The face of a young boy, the face of an older man, the face of a Three-Kreen, face of an Aasimar. She says, "Or are you trying to pursue this further? Finding a master," as she looks over to the location where you are, Dain.
I don't respond.
The Coven is far more powerful than all of you. If you should engage me now, I will not hold back.
All right. You could just leave right now, then.
She looks over to Wild Speaker Velen. You can see the intensity of the arcane beam strengthens, and with her one free hand, you see her beginning to weave these spells in the air as this like electrical charge begins to grow from her fingers, and suddenly she releases it to the other side of the room. But in that same moment, you see this wall of thorns suddenly spring forth from the ground as it kind of just shoots up and weaves in on itself. And in that moment, you see through the holes of the wall of thorns, Wild Speaker Velen charges forth, and you see him suddenly become a different kind of form from the humanoid he was. He sprouts almost like a horseback, and these hooves come out as he transforms into a centaur and rides straight at her. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Does that trigger my held action?
From where you are, Carla, you cannot see her at all.
Gotcha. Okay. 10.
Where did the wall of thorns go? Okay.
Clovert.
So
I'm assuming that's Chloe meowing.
Could I have heard that though, Brendan?
Would you have heard that?
Yeah.
you would have heard them sprout, but what he's saying is, like, since you can't see her,
you would have had to have been in a position where you could shoot her.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right
That
now,
makes sense.
she has total cover from you where you are right now.
That makes sense. Okay.
So, Eric.
8.
Pip.
10.
Dain.
11.
Radrick.
6.
Oh my goodness. Did any of... Wait till you hear mine.
One thing.
7. But it's a 9, right? I can't roll below a 9?
You can't roll below a...
Or no, it's below a 5, isn't it?
yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry.
7?
I added the 2. Yep, 7.
Rondon.
10 as well. So, just kind of metagaming right now. I think, Brink, your staff may be a key to kind of take down these thorns, or this thorn wall.
Ooh. Wither it.
Okay, so starting us off, Dain, you're first.
All right. And she has total cover. I can't see her at all.
For the sake of story purposes, you can see the action happening behind. So like there are like little gaps in it, so you can see just like vague images.
Mhm.
But technically, she does have total cover.
So she does not count as a creature I can see
Correct.
for like spell purposes. Okay.
Right.
I guess I dashed to get up to the Wall of Thorns,
Okay.
and I am going to bonus action Shillelagh, because why not?
Okay. Cool. All right.
So
Your turn.
Yeah, so I'm just running up and I am holding the staff, and as I tighten my grip on it, I'm just channeling some of this, whatever unusual magic that I'm still learning into the staff itself.
Sure. And you see these like little motes of light begin to like swirl around it very slowly. Rondon, your turn.
All right. So I'm gonna run up right behind Dain and essentially ready my action for when if we can get through.
Okay. Pip.
I see them running past me, and I peek around this corner and I see the thorns. I cannot see her, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I run up here, and is there any way I can start using my my daggers to try to break the thorns?
Let me see.
To try to make like a hole or something where I could like shoot my arrow? Or, yeah.
The wall cannot be destroyed.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess I just hold my action until I can see her, and
Okay, you're holding your attack?
Yeah, my attack.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. At this point, it is her turn. And seeing Velen spring forth at her and the wall of thorns suddenly shoot up, she says... She looks over towards you, and right through like a little slit in the wall, Dain, she looks right into your eyes. And she says, I can't leave you all out of this fun. And you can see her suddenly, the cloak and her hair begin to like stand up, and you see that on the ground, what you hadn't inspected before, are these like small like bones like jutting out, and like the acid, like these pools of like jelly on the ground, and you see these bones suddenly begin to rise up.
Of course.
And suddenly this slimy skeletal owlbear suddenly rises up.
Yuck.
And then you can hear her whistle.
So am I able to use my ready action to throw my hand axe at the owlbear?
Yes, you can.
All right. So I'll go ahead and do that. 7.
7 does not hit, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Streaks right past him and lands on the floor. Pip, you can release your action if you'd like.
Okay, yeah. Can I say Uturipori and go into my Crimson Right?
Because you only hold an action, not a bonus.
Okay, got it.
But you have it still active, no? Or no, you took a short
No,
rest.
because we took a short rest, yeah.
Long rest.
14.
That 14 does hit, yes.
Cool. 8 points of damage.
Points of damage. And
And I kind of like jump because it scared me. It came out of nowhere. Fuck.
okay. You can see the arrow doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought. Something about it being a skeleton and it like being a little hollow, that piercing damage doesn't do as much damage as you think.
Yeah.
The arrow, it hits, but it seems to kind of like go through one of the cracks also.
Gotcha.
At this point, you can see that out from the walls, after she whistled, you can see these oozes suddenly climb out. And at the end of that, ooze number 1 is going to go. 2, 3, oops, 4. And then it's number 2's turn. This one's going to go right for you, Eric, since you're right there. 1, 2, and he gets to attack.
So,
Suddenly-
because
Yep.
I was gonna say, saying that we now have an owlbear in our presence, does that mean Dain can wild shape into an owlbear?
Technically, yeah. But it's not in the same challenge rating that you can do it.
I'm still pretty limited in the strength of the creatures that I can do the thing.
So,
Alright.
Eric, as this creature now comes out of the wall, you dropping your torch, you can see the strobe effect. This ooze suddenly begins to slither on the ground as it just lunges at you. And he goes in for a strike. That's a natural 20.
Yikes.
Ouch.
So that is...
Woof, indeed.
That is 5 points of damage.
Oh no!
No!
Eric, you gonna make it?
Someone ready to revivify.
We're level 4, we have no diamonds.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, the spell needs the diamond component still as well as the resurrection stone, right?
No,
Just the resurrection stone.
correct. Yeah, it replaces it.
Got it.
All right, so
Good
now
to
it
know,
is the
good to know.
the skeletal owl bear's turn, and it's just gonna go right for you, Pip. You're right in front of it,
Okay.
so it's gonna attack you with its beak. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
You take 11 points of damage as the beak just goes right into you. This sharp, bony beak just pierces right through your armor, and then it's gonna go in for a swipe attack with its claws. That's an 11 to hit.
That does not.
thankfully, because that is more than the beak attack. Which brings us to Eric. It's your turn now.
Okay. Wasn't planning on having an ooze right next to me.
I mean, that's what they all say.
They say. They never planned
Wolf
about
indeed.
having an ooze next to you.
I'm
Very
going.
common saying.
I'm
Wait till
going
we read
to
that
pull out my dagger, and the blade is actually vibrating, and you can hear a and stab it into the ooze with booming blade.
Okay. Carla, you're so happy with that.
That was cool.
I want to see this ooze explode.
That's a 7 to hit,
That just misses, unfortunately.
Ooh.
and I'm going to, understanding that this will provoke an attack of opportunity, run away.
Okay, so we're gonna get this swipe at you. That is an 8 to hit, so it misses as you
Nope.
run out of the way. Just
Yeah.
swipes out at you with its pseudopod.
And run right up to there. Back into the center of the room a little bit.
Gotcha. All right. After that, it comes up to Quansing. It's your turn.
I'll say, Radric, let's take care of these oozes first. They can take on the owlbear, and I shoot because the gray ooze number 3 is right to the left of me. So I'll pull with my right hand out my bow staff and just kick up some dirt with air straight at it.
Sure.
That is a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right, and it takes 10 points of damage.
Damn, 10 points of damage to it.
All right,
Yeah,
and
so
so
the force impact of the air just slams against it, and you see it lose about half of its total mass.
oh wow. So seeing that, I'm gonna go wrong place to be, and I shoot another burst of air from my hand,
There you go.
and that is a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits as well.
And I max damage. I'll take it. That is 8 points of damage.
8
Nice.
points of damage. All right. All right, and it is this tiny little thing now.
Just punch it.
After that, it's your turn, Radric.
Okay. See if you can hit something tonight. Like that would be.
So you currently you can't see this ooze here, but you see Quansing attack in that direction.
Oh, okay. So first off, I'm going to use Eldritch Weapon.
Okay, perfect. Your channel divinity.
Yes.
All right. So describe how you do it for everyone.
I guess I point my sword up in the air, and it pulses a menacing purple and red light in a 20-foot radius.
There you go. So you can hear these like whispers and like almost like muffled screams as the blade just kind of suddenly emits this aura around it.
And I'm going to go around the corner, and I'm going to attack Grey Ooze 3.
Perfect. I imagine you're like walking like.
When he put the sword up, he said, "For the honor of Grayskull."
Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da.
Not an ad?
Not an ad, but we love you, Shira, and no
Yeah.
excuses.
Does 8 hit?
8 is exactly its AC.
Oh God! What a night!
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. That actually does it. So as you swing
Nice.
your sword down, the last of it is actually scattered. And as you swing your sword and it impacts the ground, you can hear like these these high-pitched screams as the voice of 1,000 lost souls just releases onto this creature.
Rondon just kind of says, "What the hell?"
That came from the ooze?
From your sword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lewis is like,
All right. That brings us to Dain. It's your turn.
All right. Can I, like, now that I'm up against the thorns, can I see her?
I'd say yes.
Okay. So then, since I can see her, I'm going to
I
cast.
can be her.
Yup. That's how it works. I'm going to cast
Gretta
Mind
now.
Spike.
Okay.
So just kind of like in this pure like hatred and like having seen her like shift face to Wenta and like taunt us, it's like, I'm gonna mess you up, girl. Sorry, I'm gonna mess you up, girl.
I'm going to mess you up.
Yep, exactly. It's not letting me scroll through my spells, so I'm having a hard time getting to it. There it goes. So Mind Spike, that is a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. So wisdom saving throw from Gretta.
DC 50.
That is
Surprisingly.
a 9, actually.
That's a failure.
All right.
So that's 14 psychic damage,
All right.
and I
Nice.
know her location until the spell ends.
Which is
Wow.
Up to 1 hour, but it's concentration.
okay.
Dang.
What a spell.
That's a great spell.
yeah, go ahead. Try to run, Greta.
I know her location. She can't be hidden from me.
Me too, I know her location.
All right, so that was 14 damage on her, and then I'm going to kind of turn back to the owl bear. I'm gonna see. I guess I don't have any like bonus actions to use on it.
You can punch me.
I didn't take the attack action, so I don't have the unarmed strike.
So what do you say to her as you cast the spell? Or you just look at her like,
Yeah, it's like it's not even like a I just like shout and we're just and it's just this primal anger, like, I'm in your brain, girl. I'm in your brain, girl.
there's just this like this ringing that only you can hear, and you can hear it kind of like shake her resolve as she grasps for her head, kind of doubling over, and there is a magical sensor on her now until the spell ends.
Tight. And then I guess for my bonus shape, my bonus action, I will wild shape into the Death Dain dog.
Triple
and-
D.
Triple D. That's me.
Diners, drive-ins, and Danes.
And that's 40 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Around the backside of the owlbear and try to like get its attention off of Pip and Rondon.
Okay. So then it comes to Rondon's turn then.
All right. I am gonna attack this owl bear. Because it's attacking my friend Pip. I should remember what my hit DC was. 16.
16. The owlbear. Yes, it does hit.
Tight. All right. And I'm just gonna like, you son of a bitch. And I deal 6 damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna unarmed strike it and just kind of like kick right at it.
All right. So with the one hand, you just you can see chunks of bone suddenly fly off and scatter onto the ground with your unarmed strike.
And the unarmed strike is a 13.
13 is exactly its AC. Sorry.
Perfect.
So you punch into it.
Automatic 4 damage.
Perfect. All right. Just crack, you can see part of the ribcage gets destroyed, and it kind of hurts you a little. You're punching solid bone.
But Rondon thrives on this.
So it comes to Pip, your turn.
All right, so I dropped my bow. I dropped my bow.
My bow.
And I pull out my kukri blades. And
They're cookie blades.
Kukri blades.
So kooky.
Cookie blades.
As I unsheath them, they kind of do some damage to my side, and I say and then I'm going to start attacking him. So
Okay, gotcha. So you activate your Crimson Rice.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So roll your right damage die.
So that's a 4. That's
Okay.
not too good.
Yeah, so you take... Well, your maximum hit points is reduced
So
by
it's not
4.
44. So now it's 44. So I'm gonna attack. That's a natural 16 plus 7.
Yep, that hits.
And then that's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, alright.
Yep, and then I'm gonna use my unarmed strike. Can I do that?
No, because you use your bonus action.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yes. Do you want to move anywhere?
I do not. No.
Okay, perfect. So it is Velen's turn now.
Man, I wonder where this half and half prince. The blood is gonna, make a move. He's just cowering right behind a rock. You can do it, guys. I believe in you.
Brendan, Grey Ooze is gone. Grey Ooze 3 is gone, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Just
He had a name, Carla. It was Derek.
Maximum Derek.
Sorry, Derek.
Remember that time when we were in the room right above the room we're in right now? We were just taking a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mention it to Velen. He might be a little bit angry about it.
So he is going to use a bonus action. You see him suddenly draw a fiery blade in his free hand, and you see him charge at Greta. He's going to use his action to make a spell attack. That is plus 8. Let's see. That is a 14, which does not hit, unfortunately. So he just goes and swings this fiery blade, and Greta, you see her put her hand out and just like, with this magical aura, redirects the blade into another direction.
Question.
Yes.
Only because my last character had Wall of Thorns. Isn't that a concentration spell? When Tyler did his damage, shouldn't she had a roll for concentration?
Good point. No, wait, this is... The Wall of Thorns was from Velen.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah,
Velen.
he erected it to prevent the lightning bolt from shooting out to you guys.
Not a good enough reason to use the word erect.
Maybe do a pervert.
Okay, sorry.
Good thinking though. So now it is Greta's turn. And she is going to use... She's going to cast a spell.
It's going to fail.
And one can hope. So that is a...
Power word kill, surprisingly.
Wisdom saving throw for Velen. What is her...
I imagine that's got to be the hardest part of DMing. It's when you have to do both characters.
Yeah. Okay, so wisdom saving throw from him. He's got hella wisdom. So he succeeds as she extends her hand out. You can see these ethereal kind of spikes suddenly begin to jut into the side of Velen, trying to hold him in place. And he just shrugs them off.
Well,
Now
hot
it
damn,
is-
Valen.
Now it is oosh number one. Oosh number one. 1, 2. He's gonna go right here, Rondon, and he's gonna strike at you.
Like hell.
That's
Also-
20.
Son of a bitch. Also, if Rondon Timbers doesn't have a cousin with a terrible Swedish accent, I don't know what life is.
Oh shoot! You know what? I haven't been doing acid damage, so I'll do that now. So Eric, you would have taken acid damage from the last time, so I'll do that now.
Okay.
2d6. So, and I had to crit on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would have been 10 extra acid damage from the. Yeah, I was like 1d6 plus 1. There's no way that they can just do that. So you take 10 extra damage, Eric, and
Okay.
then Rondon, since that one was also a crit, it'll be 5, 10, 11. Oh, Jesus. What is 11 plus 14?
25.
25.
You take 25 points of acid damage, Rondon.
Trying to kill me, Brandon?
Yes, actually. As this creature just comes up behind you, and you can see it just strike out at your back, and you can feel the acid just burn deeply into your back. And you all can hear the sizzle as he screams out in pain.
Ah,
that-
son of a bitch!
On top of that, are you wearing any metal armor?
Me?
Yes.
Chainmail.
So your AC goes down by 1
Really?
as the ooze corrodes the metal.
Alright.
Oh.
So keep track of that.
That sucked.
All right. At the end of that turn, number 2 here is going to. 4. It's going to use its dash. They're not very fast, so it's going to end its turn there. At the end of that turn, it is now the owlbear's turn. It is going to. It is going to attack Rondon first. It's an 11 to hit.
No. 15.
All right. And then it's going to attack Dain now. It's a 26, so that definitely hits.
If you say so.
Take- Oh my god. Oh wait, no, that's its attack. Okay. Whew.
Oh.
I was like 23. 13 points of slashing damage from its claws
Okay.
as it rakes its bony, like giant bear paws across your death dog form.
Okay. And I lose concentration on the mind spike.
Gotcha. All right. At the end of that turn, it comes up to Eric. You have this gray ooze right next to you, and you are looking relatively hurt as the acid is still burning away at your skin.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me. Same thing as before. Dagger. Okay. Stabbing down into it. And this time it's going to hit.
Kwanzing says out loud, is that a Harley Davidson? Not an F.
10.
And does it?
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep.
Okay.
Their AC is 8. They're like slow ass creatures. The lowest AC you've ever fought against is a 6, which is the gelatinous.
It only does 3 points of damage, but if it willingly moves, it's going to take more damage.
Alright, so you just like that.
And
Actually,
then-
you know what? Something that I didn't see before. Any non-magical weapon made of metal that hits the ooze corrodes it after dealing damage. The weapon takes a permanent and cumulative -1 penalty to damage rolls. So that includes your dagger.
Okay. Okay, I have one spare, so...
Yeah. So on your dagger, you can go to customize and then put damage and then put -1.
Okay.
Is that permanent?
Yes.
Damn.
If it's non-magical.
Yikes.
-1.
Did you also attack it last turn?
I tried, but I didn't hit.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
And then...
Bonus actions?
Yeah. I don't want the attack of opportunity here. So I'm going to Misty Step up next to Radric here.
Okay.
Seems like a waste of a spell slot to me, but what are you going to do?
Just for
You
times.
got to get out of there.
Yeah, we do.
You also have your move action still.
I know, but Misty Step isn't going to get the attack of opportunity, right?
Right.
So-
But, if you want to continue.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll continue along this. What would it be? Right-hand wall from where we came in, heading over towards the Wall of Thorns. I think I can get to there.
Perfect. All right. Wansing, it is your turn.
All right, seeing that gray ooze kind of moving towards us, I am going to cast a wind bolt at it. So since I just turned from shooting the air burst with my fist, I'm going to turn back and kind of whip my staff up. Think like sweeping the floor, but it's just going to be a kick of dust straight towards it with a freaking 19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And it takes 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage to it. Yeah, these creatures are going down really fast at your hand.
So
It's not quite dead yet, but it looks like its size is reduced.
well, seeing that, I'm gonna go. I can't let this thing get any closer to me, and I'm going to expend a key point to use Flurry of Blows.
Perfect.
Right? So I am going to roll for that. First one was a 17 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Second one was a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And so then it will take 8. Oh man, max damage and then the least amount of damage. So 13 more points of damage.
And it splatters. Is it just the impact of the air just...
So yeah,
you can
I
hear
guess
like the sizzling as the drops fall across the moss.
for visual, so sweeping that up, I kind of toss my bow staff into the air, send a left and then a right, just back to back, boom, boom. Just 2 bursts of air straight at it.
Ooh, girl.
And then I catch my bow staff.
All right.
Kind of
Give me an acrobatics
pound it
check
on the
to see how
ground.
cool it was.
Okay. It's not terrible. It's a 10 plus 6, 16.
All right, it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
All right, Radric. It is your turn, but one thing that I need to keep track of as well is that your sword is magical because
Yeah.
you did the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Fine. So you're good to go.
This ahead.
Yeah. All right, so it's your turn now.
Okay. It's kind of hard to see, but can I get to Grey Ooze 2?
That's the one I just killed.
Yeah.
25, 30. Yes, you can.
Grey
That's
Ooze
one-
dead.
That's dead.
That's
Oh.
one I killed, Brandon.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm all over the place.
No, you're good. There's a lot on the board.
You can get to the half and half blood Prince of Blood though. I'm just kidding.
So what's your movement?
30.
So you can get to the owlbear.
Yeah, I'll do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you saying with a double dash?
Well, you should be able to do it, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll be 2
I
squares
guess
away.
there's more stuff in the way than I was accounting
Yeah,
for.
I don't think you saw these yet.
3,
Then yeah, that's fine.
5.
Okay, cool. So you'd be right there, actually. You still have a bonus action if you want, or you could use your action to cast a spell.
I don't want to use any spells right now.
Okay, so then do you want to dash to get there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you would get here or whichever place you want. You can move. You can get anywhere you want. Honestly.
That's fine. Right there's fine.
Okay. Perfect. So then that brings us to Dain. It's your turn. Triple D.
All right, Dain is a death dog, so he's gonna do death dog stuff. And dogs just love bones, so.
And there's 2 heads, so.
Yeah, exactly. So he's gonna. He's just.
Chomp.
Yeah, he's gonna have a blast with it. Like, all right, it's time to chomp some bones. Let's party. So attack number 1. That's a +4 to hit. Fell off. That is a 14.
That hits.
I think it was a 13 was the number. So 14.
Yes.
The first one hits, and the second one does not. That's an 8.
No, so the first one.
The first one, that's 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And if it's a creature, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
So the piercing damage, you see that it does not seem to do as much as you thought.
Of course.
And because it is technically a skeleton and it's undead, it is immune to insect poison.
Great. Okay.
So you bite out at it. As it comes up to Rondon, your turn.
All right. Well, talking meta, I don't want to attack the ooze because I don't want to lose damage on my axe.
Well, it's not technically meta because you've experienced its effects on your armor, so
Okay. Yeah.
you know that it's corrosive.
And we would have run into it when we fought them the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna kind of yell at Quan, saying, just like, hey, you wanna start attacking this ooze that's on my back, and I don't want to lose my weapon. Thanks, bud. And I'm gonna start attacking that owlbear again.
Okay.
15.
You have to.
Hit.
You have to.
All right.
No, Rondon. You're not.
He's
I mean,
adjacent to it.
yeah,
Cornered.
Oh, is he?
yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
Damn it! I keep on rolling a 1 with my D8, so 6 damage.
6 points of damage, and this is slashing?
I
I think so.
How do I?
It's an axe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so slashing damage. Perfect.
Yep.
So you whoosh, just slam your axe into it, and you can see the chunks of the bone split.
And then I'm gonna kick at it again.
Perfect.
That's a nat 20.
Boom! So that's
Hey.
4?
Eight.
No,
Double.
8 points of damage. Yeah, that's right. You did more damage with your fist than you did with your axe.
I did. Just like, fuck.
Alright, so you just crack, and a piece of its arm falls off. It is looking pretty rough. Is that the end of your turn?
And that is the end of my turn.
Alright, Pip, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to attack the owlbear. That's a natural 17. Can I attack it with like the, what's it called? The edge of my dagger, not the sharp part, but the other end?
It doesn't do the same amount of damage. It would just be like an unarmed strike.
Gotcha. I'll just attack it then. So that's 7 points of damage, and then can I do an unarmed strike?
Yes. So 7.
And then an additional 4.
Alright. So just with the dagger, you just stab it, and pieces of
And
the
then I
bone
kick
begin to
it.
chip off, and then you just kick it with your boot, and you see pieces of it begin to break off from the bottom as well. At the end of that turn, it is now Velen's turn, and he is going to. He's going to try to hit her again. So that is going to be a. That is a 16. That still doesn't hit her. Yeah. So with his blade of flame, he swings out at her, and she parries it once more as it comes to her turn, and on her turn she is going to once again begin to weave the electrical energy through the air, and right as Velen is right in front of her, she releases the energy, slamming into his form as he makes a dexterity saving throw. He fails, so he takes 28 points of damage.
Wow.
As you just hear the screams of agony just from the other side of the room. At that point, he needs to make a concentration check, which he does succeed, so he maintains the wall of thorns. But she just cackles as the energy is released, and you can still kind of see like bits and pieces of her form as the energy flashes from that side of the room. As
Can
it
you do the
comes up
cackle?
Sure. And it comes to the Grey Ooze number 1's turn. It's going to strike out at you again, Rondon. You're right there. So that is going to be... Actually, you know what? It's going to move first because it wants to get advantage. Bam. It's a 22 to hit, so that definitely hits.
No.
And you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yike.
Plus 7 points of acid damage, and your armor again goes down by 1.
Well, I am down. On the
Alright, so you fall unconscious as this ooze suddenly goes on top of you, and you can see the armor and bits of his flesh suddenly beginning to dissolve. As it comes to the owlbear's turn now, it is going to strike out at... It's going to strike out at you, Pip.
Okay.
First attack, that's 21 to hit, so that
That
definitely
hits.
hits.
Yep.
Then you take 8 points of piercing damage as the beam
And
just...
it takes 1 point of damage because of the armor I'm wearing.
Oh, sure, yeah, because of the thorns.
Yep, and I actually take 7.
There you go. Good remembering.
Thanks, Tyler.
You got it.
I think it hit you before, so heal 1 point, and I'll take 1 more point.
Thank you.
And then with its second attack, it's going to strike out at... It's going to strike out at you, Roger.
Okay.
Its claws, that is a 22 to hit, so you take 10 points of slashing damage. It just slashes out at you.
Immune to slashing damage.
No, you're not.
That would have been insane.
That brings us to Eric, your turn.
All right. From where I am, do I have visibility that I see Rondon having gone down?
Let me check. From here? Not really, no.
Okay. My intention moving along this wall was to try and get up to the wall of thorns. Do I have any visibility at all? Because I can ignore 3/4 cover on Greta.
I will say, because of that feat, if you can get line of sight on her, then yes, I will allow it.
Okay. So I'm going to move forward.
As soon as you would reach, like, right about here, you would see Rondon down. As soon as you cross this path right here.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, moving forward to get line of sight on her, I would see Rondon down and abandon that plan. All right. So, from running forward about 10 foot, seeing Rondon down.
Yeah, and it's not just that you see him down, but you see the ooze on top of him, and you come, your vision comes back to that one creature, that one poor soul in the room before,
Yeah.
being puppeted by the ooze, wishing for death.
And remembering Rondon's mercy kill on that one, not wanting to have to do the same thing for Rondon, gonna turn and unleash an eldritch blast at that ooze that's on him.
Perfect.
8.
8 does hit.
Oh,
8 is its armor class?
1
Nasty,
force
but really-
damage.
Oh no!
1.
All right. So in trying to be careful not to hit Rondon, you unfortunately just graze the top of it. It loses a small piece of it itself, but you frustratingly just like clutch the wand even harder as you begin to rush in that direction. As it comes to Kwanzaa, your turn. You were suddenly hearing Rondon shout to you for help, and then his words were cut short in just an instant.
So I guess realizing this, there's kind of a spike in Kwanzaa's head, like, oh no, this could be very bad. And so he's gonna just kind of roll off that stone pillar behind him, kind of turn to the right, shoulder kind of leaned up against it, and he's going to start sprinting towards where he heard Rondon speaking.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to token instead. So, and right about here is where I would assume he kind of, I guess, no, I can move up one more time. Right here is probably where he would see the ooze kind of on top of Rondon, correct?
Yes, yep.
Okay, so from there, I am going to do a bow staff strike of air, and this time though, for kind of visual, I'm gonna just like kind of extend the bow staff as far as it goes, and I'm just gonna do a full circle and then boom, shoot it straight at it.
There you go. So you create like a whirlwind first, and then you unleash it.
That was a good roll too. So that's a 26 to hit.
26 definitely hits. I mean, that just misses.
Oh, and max damage, baby. Let's see it go.
Yeah.
So it takes 14 points of damage there.
Ooh, 14 points of damage. This concentrated.
Love
burst
to
of
see
air.
it.
Yeah, this anger just surges out from you as this slam just boom, just echoes throughout the cavern.
And so Flurry of Blows, I can use that multiple times in combat, right? That's not something like that's limited per short rest, is
It's
it?
limited per key points, so however many key points you can use.
Perfect. Then I will use it again. And as I do that, you'll see the bow staff whip the air, and I'll just kind of go and put it straight back into my back, and I'll go push it, and just boom, boom, and send it straight across. And takes 6 and 7 points of damage. So 13 more points of damage.
Did you roll the hit?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I didn't. So first one was a 15. So
Yes,
15.
yep.
And the second one was a 13 that I rolled.
Okay, yeah. So total damage on that?
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage is enough to do it as the fury fills your fists. You just gush, gush, one after another. You send these concentrated bursts of air, and it actually, the ooze itself slams against the edge of the wall of thorns, and it slightly dissolves like a thin layer of the thorns.
As soon as it goes down, you see Pip's eyes turn red, and she says, "Resurgamas," and you see the ooze rise back up as she amplifies Blood Maledict.
Damn, what?
All right.
And
So the ooze, what happens is it scatters, and then Pip looks to it, and what does she say again?
Resurgamas.
And the ooze itself suddenly, the drops lift up from the ground and suddenly whoosh, come back together on the ground as it charges towards the owlbear.
And that was the attack and a bonus action, and it's gonna use that right now.
Noise. Wow.
That is a
Get wrecked, owlbear.
hit, and it is going to 3 points of bludgeoning damage plus. How do you want to do it, Pip?
Yeah.
Okay, so as the slime engulfs the owlbear, Pip, her eyes are red right now, and she kind of like just jumps up and with her forearm and her blade smashes the owlbear as it kind of just, she uses her force as it like kind of just collapses, and all this green ooze is kind of attached to it, and like it kind of sizzles.
Alright, yeah, so it falls into a crumbling pile of bones, and as the ooze kind of falls back into its dead state. When the owlbear crumbles, it all just becomes a puddle of soggy bones as the sizzling plastic acid spray in the air.
I look at Radric and I say, I would never leave you to die.
Alright, and that is the end of Quansing's turn, I believe.
That is.
Alright, so Radric, it's your turn now.
Everything's dead, right?
Except for the Greta.
And Mac, I could almost be dead.
Yeah, that's true.
I took a short rest, so I'll heal you.
I don't know, I can't really do anything.
You could take down the wall of thorns.
Yeah.
How?
I would just slash at it, I guess. I don't know.
I think he said it can't be destroyed.
Yeah.
Correct.
Just
Oh.
before we tried that.
Oh,
So the only way, if you can get line of sight on.
Question, Brandon, and maybe you have been doing it, but have you been rolling for him to keep concentration?
Yes.
He has.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
I guess I'm just gonna get as closest to the wall of thorns as I can, and I'm just gonna wait.
Just hold your action.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'll just put you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I guess you might be able to get line of sight. I mean, it worked for me. I guess up to Brandon.
Yeah, if you're right against the wall, you can get line of sight also. Except for Eric, because he has a spell that is literally sniper.
Yeah.
I'll just wait.
Okay. Alright, so that brings us to Dain. It's your turn now.
All right. I guess I have to use my bonus action to Dain shape. So yeah, I'll do that, and then as I am moving back or up towards the wall of thorns, kind of ready to get into the action. As I'm moving past Rondon, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. 4, 5. Just kind of like hand down as I'm running by, and just kind of like put that magic into his body to get him back up.
Perfect.
Or however that works. So Cure Wounds at 2nd level is 2d8 plus 4. Where's my d8s at? 14 points of healing.
There you go, Rondon.
Nice.
All
You come to consciousness, your body aches, you can feel like this slight numbness at the most top layer of your skin, and it feels kind of tight. Everything just feels sore, and you open your eyes to this flash of blue light as Dain's face is the first thing you see.
And I give him a thumbs up from behind, like just kind of. And then I'm turning and I'm like standing there with my staff in my hand, and I'm like just in the 5-foot square, but I'm kind of like pacing, like ready for the wall of thorns to come down so I can do something. It's very Phantom Menace.
All right, so Rondon, it's your turn. You are conscious.
All right, I'm just like, all right. I guess this is I have to get used to. And I push myself up and move myself towards the thorns. Or I guess hold on. I look around. I'm like, oh, awesome job, guys. Great job. Then I move myself towards the thorns. And kind of ready myself.
Okay, perfect. So Pip, your turn now.
I look around and I see Eric. And I don't see Constantine. Do I know he's there?
You would have heard the concentrated blasts of air, yes.
Perfect. Okay.
And you would have seen him run around the battlefield too.
Awesome. So then I make my way here to the thorns,
Perfect.
and I hold my attack.
All right.
Yeah, never mind.
All right. So it comes to Velen's turn as he looks at all of you, kind of pressed up against the wall of thorns, and he says, he looks at all of you, kind of sizing you up, and he says, "Are you sure?"
Aye.
Just him. No.
Let us through.
You can
She
see with
can't-
one hand as he holds the flame blade in one, he uses his other hand and he just lowers his hand, and you can see in that moment the wall of thorns just drops.
And then Dain grins and just, finally.
Does that trigger our attacks?
Yes, whoever was holding their action can release it.
All right.
Is she within 20 feet?
Yes.
10, 15, 20, yep.
Okay.
So that's a 20.
20 does hit.
All right. I guess. Am I able to move myself up a little bit closer to smack her?
No, unfortunately. Held actions are only actions, not movement, unless you use your action too.
Got it.
So that's.
Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, I was just gonna say 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Alright, so you release the arrow and it just lands just right in the back, and just you can see her just slightly move forward.
Would I have practice taking through the blade and activate comes in right on my arrow?
No, because once you do it once, it's good for.
Even in a different weapon?
Oh no, you do have to do it for a weapon. Yeah, so.
Okay, so minus 1 of that.
I'll say you could have done it while you were preparing.
Okay, thank you.
So that brings us to Gretta, and it's her turn now. Unless anyone else had anything that they were holding.
Yeah, I have my action held.
Okay, what did you want to do?
I'm going to use Cause Fear.
Okay, and she is within your aura of
Yep.
madness, so she has disadvantage on this.
Ooh.
Save is kind of low though.
You got it.
Yeah, with disadvantage, you never know. Save throw. 14, and then the lower of that was a 10.
So she fails.
All right.
Gang, 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 gang.
All right, so she is now frightened of you, which means that she has disadvantage on attack rolls made while you are within line of sight, and she cannot only move closer to you.
Nice.
And as Raydrick was doing that, I used my action to go southward.
Okay, perfect. So now it is her turn as you... What do you say as you extend your hand out toward her and cast the spell, Radrick?
I'm just gonna say something like in deep speech.
Okay, so it's just like this very guttural, like...
Yeah.
And it just like... It just kind of like distorts the air around him.
Cool.
Alright, so now that it is her turn, she is going to...
Carla, you did 8 points of damage to her, right?
So 3 plus 1 plus 3.
7.
7.
7. But you also activated the Crimson right?
Yeah, but that was, that I had already rolled that. So that was a 1 plus 3.
Gotcha, so it was 7 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so on her turn, this is gonna be fun.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun doesn't sound good.
She uses her action as she looks around at all of you and she says, "Fools, you have no idea what you're dealing with." And she casts polymorph on herself, and you see her weaving the spell around her as her hands just kind of vibrate through the air, and you can see her form now suddenly extend larger and larger and larger as these 2 tusks come out from beneath her mouth. This large trunk,
what?
just like unwinds from her face as she transforms into an elephant.
Is the fear carried over?
Yes.
Hell if I know.
Got him.
Oh my gosh.
And she's going to use her movement to just move once.
Rondon's just, I guess I'm just gonna say, gross.
And
Make her feel really insecure about herself.
Gross.
Just to make her really feel insecure about it. Sorry.
You should
sorry.
maybe change back.
Yeah.
Fight me like a real witch.
You could be like, oh hey, look, the hump on your back is gone.
See, this is why Rondon should multi-class as a bard for this vicious mockery.
Maybe next character.
And does cause fear? Do you have to roll at the end of her? Does she have to roll at the end of her turn to save?
Yes.
Okay, so she still has disadvantage. So that is 7 on the low end.
Okay.
All right, so she's still frightened. So that comes up to Eric. It's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna run forward so that I have better line of sight here. And pointing my wand, just yell, "Revert!"
Okay.
Ooh.
Command.
Yeah.
So let's see. Do a wisdom saving throw.
Correct.
It's a 14.
Oh, she needed a 15.
All right.
She didn't see this coming.
As the magic flies from your wand, the eyes suddenly gloss over with the purple arcane energy, and you can see her just scream out, "No!" And you can see her form suddenly shrink back down.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, that came in clutch.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah, it did.
One thing, it's your turn.
So she said you have no idea what you're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
So Kwansing will move up and he'll say, you obviously haven't met us. And then he'll cast a wind bolt straight forward. I'll move him right here, actually. And I cast a wind bolt straight up, kicking my bow staff towards the air. And it is a 17 to hit.
17 is her armor class, so yeah.
Oh, so 17 hits, boys. Let's put on. Thank God. Where did my? Oh, right there. And so she takes 10 points of damage.
Boom.
And then, seeing Rondon kind of right there, and he has melted armor, right?
Yes.
I'll look to him and I'll say, let the sky protect you, and I will cast as a bonus action Shield of the Sky.
Nice.
And so now there's a vortex that hovers around him, and he has a +2 bonus to his AC for the duration.
Nice.
Yeah, so you just you weave it around and you throw it at him, and you can see this whirling vortex around his torso. Just constantly protecting him.
So there you go, buddy.
I just say to Kwansing, wow, I feel lighter than air right now. I was getting a little stuffy. Appreciate this.
So
you would have needed to move up a little to not do it with disadvantage. Do you want to move up?
Yeah, that's
two
fine.
Squares?
Yeah, I'll go. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. 1, 2. And in fact, I'll move right here because I have one more space of movement.
Okay.
So that's still not. That's good, right? Right there.
Yep.
Okay. Boom! Hit him with it.
Alright, so Roderick, it's your turn now. Your prey is afraid of you.
Yeah, I'm going to just go straight for her.
And you have advantage on the strike because you're flanking her with Velen.
Alright, I'm going to attack.
Go for it.
17.
17 is exactly what you need.
Okay.
It's like you brought them.
Did you roll twice?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use Wrathful Sway.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's an extra. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. So an extra d6. Cool, can I have a d6?
Yeah.
Points of damage.
10 points of damage to her. All right. And what is the other effect to Wrathful Smite?
Noise.
It must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
Okay, so she's already frightened.
Yeah.
But,
Can she be double frightened?
no, unfortunately.
Rats.
All right. So Dain, it's your turn now. As Radric, you walk up to her, you just swing from below, like picking up from the ground, your sword just like and just slices her from the bottom up.
All right, so Dain is going to move up here next to Radric, so that she is diagonal from him.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing this Staff of Withering. It's bonus action Shillelagh, because that
You already
I
had that.
assume,
Yep, they last for a minute.
Shillelagh.
But I wild shaped, so I guess I didn't drop the weapon, but
I would say it doesn't drop it. You can maintain it.
okay. Then +6 to hit with the Staff of Withering. Beauty. And that's only a 13.
That does not hit, unfortunately. No. So yeah. So as you swing to hit her, the same arcane energy, she holds the staff at bay and just parries it to one side.
Sure. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So she does get an attack of opportunity.
Let her.
It is with disadvantage because she is frightened still.
Right.
So let's go to laws. Oh my god, these are nasty. Why haven't I been using these?
Because you care about us.
So with disadvantage, oh, that was a 20 and then an 8. So
Nice.
so she slashes out at you. You see these like long, grotesque claws just whoosh, rake the air as you just narrowly just escape these horrible weapons. As it comes to Rondon, your turn.
All right. Time to bring in the big boys, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a step closer to her, and then I am gonna swing at her with my battle axe.
All right.
Oh, that was angled weird.
Cocked is the word to it.
19 to hit, so that will hit.
Definitely hits, yeah.
Oh baby. 7 plus 5, that is 12 damage.
Ooh, 12 points of damage. Yeah, as you just hack at her, and you can hear the squelch as her. It's very strange because her body is tougher than anything that you're used to. So like, even though she looks like a frail old form, the axe doesn't even get stuck in her that much, but you still hear like the of your axe dig into her. Her body appears to be reinforced, and it's very tough.
And then as I'm pulling out, I'm gonna just drop my elbow right into her with my unarmed strike.
Go ahead.
And that is it's a 20, dirty 20. Okay. So an extra 4 damage.
Another 4 points of damage. All right. And so you dig your elbow into her, and she goes, ugh, and she gets pushed back a little.
Nice. And I'm like, witch, please.
All right, Pip, it's your turn.
Alright, so I'm going to move.
Oh my goodness,
15,
beautiful.
20, 25, 30, and I'm going to attack. And that is a natural 4 plus 7, so I miss.
Yeah.
So I'm just distracted by the druids in the barricade over there.
Yeah, you can't see over here to the end of the cavern. There are these young druids hidden behind, or not hidden, but held behind this other barrier here that Velen was trying to maintain.
Yeah. And that is my turn.
All right, so now it is Velen's turn, and he is going to having much luck with hitting her, so he is going to extend his hands and he is going to cast Fairy Fire on her.
With advantage, right?
No.
No?
No,
Well,
this is just a spell.
Oh. So this
Is
guy's
a dexterity saving throw for her. That is a failure, so everyone has advantage on attacks against her for the next minute.
Yes.
Right.
nice.
Oh, we are beating her up.
Alright, so it comes up to her turn now. She is going to... You see her, she looks very very rough. And as she looks around the room, she says, "Well, it's been fun, but it's time I leave." You see her cast a spell, and suddenly she vanishes.
Oh.
Reaction counterspell.
Yeah.
Does Fairy Fire not highlight her?
Yes. And she moves out of the way. So that provokes attacks from Velen, Radric, and Rhonda.
We all get advantage?
Yes.
That's awesome. 19 from Rondon.
That hits.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay.
9 damage from Ron.
And I'm going to cast another Wrathful Smite.
Okay. Actually, this would just be a regular smite. Wrathful Smite is a bonus action on your turn.
Oh.
This is just a reaction.
Okay.
So it'd be 2d8.
Oh, 2d8?
Yeah, that's regular smite.
Okay. So it's a 2d8 plus a d6 then.
Yep. And then plus the modifiers. Yeah. Yeah, paladins are OP!
I'm missing Lee.
13.
13 points of damage, alright. And let's see. And it's under your features, I think, or under your actions page. I can't remember exactly. And Velen gets an attack as well. So that would be, and with advantage too.
So, as she's like running away, Rondon's like, "Really? Thought you could get away from us?" I gave you a chance to leave, and you didn't leave initially.
He did. Rondon did say you can leave now.
Sorry, not sorry.
How much did Velen do?
Velen is 6.
3d6.
Ooh.
Well, that's cool.
Aww.
Brandon, is she undead or a fiend?
No.
Okay.
She is technically considered Fey.
Gotcha.
So that is 6 points of damage. Yeah, that was really shit. As he strikes the flame blade at her, it streaks across her back, and you can hear this horrible, painful screech from her form as she hits the ground and begins to drag herself across it. She looks around the room.
Is that 3 Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration on an invisibility?
Fairy Fire reveals invisibility.
Oh,
But I
got
guess,
it.
yeah. But I guess, yeah, I mean, she could. Yeah, so... Constitution... success... fail. So she's no longer invisible, but you can still see her because of Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But when she leaves the Fairy Fire area, she won't be invisible then.
No, it just affects her until concentration is broken.
Nice.
Perfect.
The immediate effect is that it blankets, and then you're affected with it.
Nice. Very cool.
Got it.
Yeah. So it like clings to you like glitter, basically.
Sure.
I love it.
It's very glam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
so
love
as she-
the sparkle.
Yeah, and so as she hits the ground, you can see her suddenly begin to crawl across it, and she says, "It wasn't supposed to end like this." As it comes to Eric, your turn.
Take her out, Eric.
End it like this.
I'm gonna pull out that hag's eye and move up to her here. If I can get myself to move on the map. And just say, this is how it's always going to end for your kind. And hit her with a chill touch. The skeletal hand coming out of the wand.
Oh shit!
And that's a armor class 22 that hits
Yep, that hits.
for 5 damage.
5 damage is enough because she had 1 hit. So I'll ask you, how do you dispose of her, Eric? Dispose of this evil creature.
I'm holding out the eye, showing her the ones we've defeated before, and the skeletal hand just comes and places itself right over her face, and the skeletal fingers are just digging into the sides of her face until she stops and is
All right.
lifeless.
And as they do, you can
Bravo.
see the grip beginning to tighten more and more as it begins to pull and pull. And you can see the faces of everyone she's ever absorbed or used suddenly begin to show themselves across her face as she begins to just deteriorate. Her face itself begins to be peeled off further and further. And this is necrotic damage? Right?
Yes.
Her body begins to wither as she violently begins to shake on the ground, and suddenly she just collapses into dust. With a final screech, the cavern falls silent.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dude,
Did we lose?
Well done.
Mac.
we killed it. We did it.
Well done.
So, do we level up?
There he is.
You missed the final blow, Mac.
I did.
We're all down. I hope you can finish her off, man.
Right. All right. I can do it.
She was actually a golem and used self-destruct.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, like literally after we all got excited, everything just cut off for me and I was like, fuck, really?
You gotta move back into Mason's. You never
Yeah.
had that issue.
Yeah, bananas.
This is miserable. I'm supposed to have better internet over here.
Right. Alas.
Alright, so as the cavern falls silent, Wild Speaker Velen, you finally get a good look at him. And he is a centaur with, it looks like, beautiful wooden armor that is plated in bronze at the edges, kind of like a trim, I would say. His face, it seems, is made out of wood. You can't tell if he's either wearing a mask or if he is actually wooden or not. And he holds a long staff that kind of hooks at the end. You can see that he is covered in vines and moss, and he walks up to all of you and he says, "I had my doubts, but I thank you deeply."
Well, I told you, Valen. I wasn't going to leave you here. We weren't going to leave you here at all. We saw.
Go on.
We already had our runs with these witches, and we know the kind of damage that they're going to deal. And if I can speak for the crew, we weren't going to let this happen. Not anymore. Not any longer.
What does she want from you?
She aims to destroy our circle.
As I'm
Coven does.
sorry, I keep chiming in right as someone else is talking.
The whole coven does.
Dain. Jeez.
You want to wait your fucking turn? I'm just kidding. Tyler, go.
So I'm going to kind of step forward and kind of do like the fist across the chest, kind of like bow salute thing. And just kind of, Velen, my name is Dain, and Narina passed to me an artifact. Do you know it?
He looks over you carefully and he says, "Yes, I can feel it within you. It is great sadness. I'm sorry for your loss."
She's not lost. Not yet. But I need your help to get strong enough to save her. I know nothing of being a druid. This is not something I ever looked for or hoped for. But it's something I am now. And I would be grateful for your tutelage.
I accept you as my student. It is the least I can do, leader. You saved my home, or rather, what remains of it.
And I kind of hold out the staff like, we found this in a secret room. It is yours. I only borrowed it.
I meant to get to it in time, but we were assaulted so quickly. If you would like, you may train with it.
Thank you, Odd Speaker.
Just real quick, I just kind of lean in towards Dain and like, tutelage? That's a 20 quill word.
It's a fancy word for learning.
Thanks. I just tutelage today.
Oh, damn.
dang.
He looks
Okay.
awesome.
Cool.
Yo, that staff slaps.
Probably.
You probably do a lot more than just slap with it.
That is so cool. I'm jealous.
I'd like to go through Gretta's body. In particular, looking for I assume she's also going to have one of those hag's eyes, but whatever I can find.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah.
Because if he has two, he can do goofy glasses with it.
19.
19. As you rummage through her remains, you do indeed find one of the hag's eyes on her. You also find something else, which I will privately message you about.
Okay.
Ooh. Something private.
Secrets.
Have I seen an elephant now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
I guess I don't know. I don't think I ever get to the point where I can wild shape into an elephant now that I think
No,
about
elephant is like 5, I think.
it. Yeah, geese are only 1. But I have seen a centaur now.
Yes. Yeah, Wild Speaker Velen is a centaur.
Sweet.
Oh, wow.
So that means I can ride Dain and still hold on tight.
Yeah, technically. Oh, also his, he should be a large. Or no. Is he large?
I think centaurs are large. Yep.
Okay. That makes sense. He's a horse.
He's a horse.
He's a horse.
Whoa! Don't talk about him like that.
Yes, Carla.
I guess I would like to do like an Arcana check on the druidic obelisk. Is that how you say it? Obelisk?
Yes, obelisk.
Okay. No, that's a 3. Plus 5.
800,000.
It looks like a stone pillar. It looks like a stone pillar that it's gray and featureless.
I look to the kids. Hey guys, you're safe now, it's okay.
Make a charisma check.
Ah, fuck. Who said this? I have a -1. So 10. I got an 11 -1. That's like blood dripping off of me. Like, you're safe.
They don't cower in fear from you, but they don't go closer.
Okay. Just gonna step back.
When it says young druid, how young are we talking? Like
Yeah.
Order 66 young, or are we talking like...
Like 10 to 15.
Okay.
These are the young Jedi that
Yeah.
all got massacred.
I saw a video earlier of the Sandlot where the Rodriguez kid is running away from the dog, right? And he's like booking it, and it's like the young Jedi, and then the dog comes around the corner, and it's like Anakin chasing after them during Order 66. So while we're in here, I guess Kwansing seeing Velen, very intrigued because of the races he's studied. I assume he's never come across a centaur before. Correct? They're probably not common.
No. Yeah, this is a new experience.
So I'm going to kind of walk up to him and I'm going to say, it's a pleasure meeting you, Velen. We were told to come here, and I honestly didn't know what to expect. You exceeded my expectations.
Tell me, where do you hail from?
From a very, very far away place. The Mount of the Serpent Flower.
I am familiar with it.
My eyes kind of light up, and it is not the home I desired, but I am proud to call it that.
Perhaps we could talk more about it. Are you a fan of tea?
Kwansing's heart just starts pounding out of his chest. He's like, what's your favorite kind? And he just starts to follow it.
I smell romance.
Yo.
Dude, it's about time I got my my placeholder for Bertolt. May he rest in peace if he is dead, and if he's not, gosh, do I miss him.
Bertolt.
I'm Bertolt!
Dude, I think I just like popped a muscle. Dude. That hurt. Ow. Flex too hard. So yeah, I follow him for tea.
Perfect.
And I guess as we're all kind of making our way, wherever we're making our way to, I kind of want to go to the whole party in turn and just kind of like congratulatory shoulder pats and well dones and high fives and whatever.
Yeah.
And just like in a good mood, because the last time we fought a hag, I died. And I didn't I'm not even the one that went unconscious. Yeah, I don't think she touched me.
On top of that, not only did you not go unconscious, you brought someone back up, me, from
That's
being
true.
unconscious. And because of that, Rondon's like, Dain, for a hot second there, you looked like an angel to me. I appreciate that, buddy. And just, quick hug.
Say, I'm not sure, but I may be able to do something for your armor. Not your chainmail, but get you something that won't corrode.
Well, shoot, I won't turn it down.
Which I guess, just because druids won't wear metal doesn't mean that other races can't wear wood stuff if I craft it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But if it's not made out of magical wood, it's
just wood.
It's just wood, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. It's susceptible to the same amount of things, if more, than
Right.
metal is.
Can I bandage his chainmail?
Just kidding.
I want a band-aid on my chainmail, please. Thank you.
You can go in for repairs, so you can repair it for, it won't be, you don't have to buy a whole new one. It'll be much cheaper to repair it, but...
Sorry. I guess I want to ask Velen, too. Earlier in the tunnel, we fought some giant insects. Are they friends of yours? Or unwelcome guests?
The creatures of nature. They have no alliance, but if provoked, they will attack. One must only know how to speak their language.
Dain won't actually ask this, but what Tyler's thinking is, so would it be offensive if I, murdered them for their body parts? Just need to craft some stuff, and they got something I'm looking for. But that's a Tyler thought and not a Dain statement.
Okay. Why would you say that now?
Right.
You also see Eric beginning to loot the remains of the hag as he pulls away what looks like a couple hundred quill and a very interesting looking robe that she was wearing.
And also one of those hag's eyes, which...
Yes.
Right now, I'm just going to take the quill. Is it in some kind of pouch, I assume? A little money pouch or something? Mm-hmm. Just kind of drop that on the ground closer to the rest of the group, and the cloak as well, and focusing fully on the dead body, put that hag's eye on, put it around my neck. And do I hear those voices like I did before?
Yes, you do.
I don't know if you can understand me. I can't understand you. But I am standing over one of your coven. She's dead. You're all going to meet the same fate. You're coming for us. We're coming for you. And take it back off.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Shit.
Eric Mugweed, Witch's Bane.
Man, they don't fuck with my hometown.
Witch's Bane.
All of a
Corpse
sudden,
of the hag just like and then dies.
Eric's new walk-in song is I put on for my city. Yeah, this is exciting. This is cool. I am ready to kill some more hags.
So as you all gather your things,
the rest of the coven comes out the wall.
Eric, what have you done?
They're like,
Something shit, bitch.
they're like, excited you were, huh?
lightning bolt.
That command, though, God, I can't get over it.
It was amazing.
That would have been nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elephants are really strong, guys.
Yeah.
Been pumping into charisma every level up to try and get that spell save up, so
Nice.
paid off.
Absolutely.
Smart move. Splash. Then let you know how my ice be.
Yeah.
Detect magic on that cloak.
It is definitely magical.
Wow.
And it is
Identify on that cloak.
Who here
No. Okay.
meta? Who here has identified?
No one, I don't know.
Okay. Meta also, who here is the worst at freaking stealth?
Pretty sure I have a 0.
Oh wait, no, I got a +2. Never mind. I just have disadvantage.
Well then, Dain, do you want to wear the cloak that you gave me?
Sure.
There you go. It gives you
What's-
advantage on the roll.
Can I do an
Is
arcana
it-
check on the cloak? On the robe?
The robe? Yes.
What do you want to know, Tyler?
I say it was a cloak of Elvenkind, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. And checks made to see you have disadvantage. You get advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide as the cloak's color shifts to camouflage you.
All right.
So go ahead and add it, and I'll take it off.
What'd you get, Pip?
16.
16.
And-
it is definitely magical. The robe itself is. It's like a gray. Well, no, actually, it was a brown tone. But there are these patches all over it, and it seems that the robe itself it's magical, but the patches on the cloak seem to be more magical than the cloak is.
Interesting.
To roleplay that out for me giving over the cloak to Dain, because Dain rolled a 10 and she like looked at him immediately, and I'm gonna like take it off and I'll be like, thank you for the present, friend, but there are two things you're really good at: dying and being seen.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Gee, thanks.
Wait, what'd you say about lying?
Yes. Rondon, you have a point of exhaustion.
I can
Going
use some sleep.
So I take it and I say, and you, my friend, are really good at tact.
I don't know what that means, but
You're not tactful,
gotcha.
but I thank you. And I whirl it around and I put it over my shoulders with a big flourish. Dain's in a good mood.
Doctor Strange.
For the first time
is
in
what I
several
pictured.
days. What's that?
Right.
I said Doctor Strange is what I pictured.
Yeah, basically. What a dude.
And as you put the cloak on, you notice that as you took it off, rather, Kwanseng, the cloak turned away from from the color of the room and more so to like a lighter green cloak. And then as you put it on, Dain, it like adjusts to the room itself.
Sure.
So the colors
Nice.
of the room suddenly just mesh in.
Cool.
Cool.
Um,
Tight. Thanks, buddy.
Would you take us to somewhere we can rest or relax a bit?
Yes, there
My friend
are
here.
things that I must tend to restore order in this place. I
Um,
must do some cleaning.
and I I guess without consulting the rest of the party, I grabbed the money bag and I held it up to Velen. I say, in case you need it to rebuild.
Things such as these are not necessary around. Eat.
I thank you. And then I'll divvy it up.
Okay, so it's 250 quill.
250 divided by 6.
Tree food.
42.
Yeah, 41. 1 extra quill to Randan, so he gets 42.
Alright, so go ahead and add that, guys.
Cool.
Well, thanks. Where do I find exhaustion in D&D Beyond?
It would be under conditions, I think.
Yes.
How
Down at
much?
the bottom.
How much quill did you give us?
41.
41.
Mm-hmm.
Dopey. Thank you.
Oh, there it is. Duh.
Alright, so as you're in that same room, Dain, there's a sudden ringing in your ears that you hear. Sudden kind of like very soft ringing. And it seems to be coming from the obelisk at the end of the room.
What kind of...
Just as before, you sense this kind of, almost like a pull.
I'll approach it slowly.
You begin to approach it, and suddenly this symbol begins to appear at its at the pinnacle of this obelisk. It is the same one that you saw from before, the symbol on the chest.
Is Velen nearby? Or is he already...
He is in fact looking at you.
Okay. Velen, what does it mean?
Every creature, every living creature is connected. In that same vein, us druids, our clans, our marks are connected. The more you connect with, the more powerful you grow. Just as the Coven draws upon the power of their other members, so too shall you draw upon ours.
Then I reach out and place my hand on it.
You place your hand on it as the same warm glow from before, a handprint suddenly appears. As you feel yourself connecting with Narina's hand. And suddenly in your eyes, multiple handprints suddenly begin to reveal themselves around the obelisk. And as you draw your hand back, a new symbol appears. The Celtic knot from before.
I'm going to turn and say, there's a chest with this symbol on it. May I open it?
Yes. It is your duty.
Dang. All right. Then I'm going to check my wild shape to see which one is fastest. That I actually have access to right now. Dolphins have 60 feet, but I can't swim.
Wait, flood the tunnel! Flood the tunnel!
Someone
I'm an
conjure
air-
water.
I'm an air laser, not a water laser, so.
Right. See, it looks like 60 is the best I'm gonna get. Yeah, so I'll go for the riding horse wild shape because that is available to me. I'm gonna book it back through the tunnels over to that chest.
All right. So Dain, transforming into your riding horse form, you gallop through the cavern, eventually finding your way to the other side with the healing spring. You find yourself in the same room with the locked chest. And that's what we'll pick up next time.
The suspense.
So good. Oh my god. Wow.
I also turn into a horse and start galloping.
Dain shape and I approach it.
Okay. Just as before, you see the symbol beginning to appear on your hand.
And I touch it. I touch the chest.
Okay. The magical lock that was on it before suddenly fades away, and just as before, the chest doesn't open up from the hinges. Rather, it splits apart from the top, kind of breaking apart as this grass begins to splinter the wood and it grows out of it.
What do I see inside?
Inside, you find two things. And that's what we'll pick up next time. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang it, Brandon.
You find what looks like a large block of wood. Like a 3x3, not a perfect cube, but it's like a black wood.
Don't like how you did that.
And you also find, I should have gotten this before.
Jeez, Brandon.
Drew,
you don't
do
like
the
how
thing.
I did that?
Oh, it's at this time that we just want to plug in some really cool thing that we should plug in. And that thing is this.
Follow us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok. We also have Instagram. We have Twitter. Both those handles are RNG Presents. If you go to Facebook, just look up Realm Narrative Gaming. If you're on podcast right now, you've already found us. But if you are listening from our website, now would be a good time to look up on any major podcast format, Realm Narrative Gaming. And that's right, narrative is spelled with 2 R's. I know there's a bit of confusion about that sometimes.
You may also be able to find us just by searching the Dark Veil. That is...
I've returned!
And now
This
we're back.
is what you find.
Another potion thing.
Okay.
But with a different symbol.
Yeah. What's that?
Kind of hard to see.
Can you describe it for the listeners at home?
It is a potion bottle with a leather strap and a symbol, the Celtic knot symbol, and a wolf. It's kind of hard to see.
Ooh. Spooky.
A wolf. A wolf.
Ooh. I'm going to resist the urge to drink it. I'm going to ask Velen about it.
Hello.
But now I have to walk back normal because that was my second use of wild shape and I haven't taken a short rest. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't think this through. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah,
clunk,
so
clunk.
just add in your inventory for now, just block of black wood and druid vial.
Guys, I forgot to tell you that I'm looking into potentially buying a small little Japanese tea set.
Oh, that's cute.
Aw.
Yep. Made out of
You shouldn't have told me
stone.
that.
Oh. Don't do it. Because then I'm actually going to brew tea for you guys, and we can drink it whenever we meet back together. It's going to be so cool.
I guess I'm probably moving kind of slow because I'm holding a chunk of wood, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You're like, oh,
Okay.
God, that's so cool. Send me pictures of what you find, Carla.
eventually. Wait, we lost Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Just his video, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, Dain, you return. I guess the party. I don't know whoever the party would be at this point.
Well, I'm having tea with Velen, wherever that is.
That's
Perfect.
true.
So you would be in this larger chamber. I'll move you to where you know. Where are you? There you are. Oops, that's the wrong one. What are the rest of you guys doing?
You know what? I think I would really like to enjoy tea with Kwanseng and Velen. Just to kind of. Well, Kwanseng talks up a big word about how great tea is, and I'm a coffee guy, but I gotta expand my horizon. I gotta learn more about other cultures.
It's Uncle Iroh. That's just leaf water.
Hot leaf juice.
Yeah, hot leaf juice.
Uncle, that's all tea is.
What?
How could a relative of mine say something so hurtful?
So I am gonna enjoy some tea, I guess, with Kwanseng and Velen. Sarah Bareilles. Hit us up, Sarah, please.
All right, so
Brings me back
you
to-
venture out into the world to find whoever the fuck that is.
Sarah Bareilles? Oh man, she's got such a nice voice.
What about you, Eric?
Well, I'm not going to stay in this room if I'm the only one staying behind, but I really don't have anywhere to go. I just want to study the robe and see if I can figure out what it is.
And study the sword.
Perfect. All right, so
I don't really care where that happens, so if everyone else is going to tea, I'll do it in that room. But
okay.
We also may have a wand that we need to return to somebody.
yes.
That's true.
So Eric, on this robe, you see multiple patches. Actually, you see 4 patches that are in the shape of potions. You see one that is in the shape of a rowboat. One that is in the shape of a mastiff like a dog. One that is in the shape of like a dark circle. Another that is in the shape of a battering ram. One that is in the shape of a ladder, and one that is in the shape of like 10 gemstones together. And actually, there's 2 more on there. Let me see, which ones were they? They were. Two daggers.
I also, just brief aside, really like how one of the druids is just called Small Druid.
Yeah.
Love it.
And so you find those patches, Finding out the nature of this item will require you to either use it or find someone to identify it.
Okay. Can I wear a robe and a cloak? I'm not sure how that would work.
Yes, a cloak, because a cloak is something you wear behind you. A robe is something you wear on top of you.
Okay. Well, I'm not putting it on yet, but I just wanted to check. Do you have that list? I missed whatever came right after Mastiff. I missed it.
Black circle, battering ram, ladder, and 10 gems.
For the time being, I'm just gonna put it in my pack.
Okay, gotcha. Pip, what are you doing?
I am zooming out of Schmeppy. Going over here. Which lock chest did Dain? Oh, this is a room, sorry. I guess I want to just kind of hang out over here. Just listen.
In the room with the folks having tea.
Yeah, in the room with the folks having tea, and I'm just gonna be listening.
And what Pip hears is just Rondon just taking a sip of this. I'm sorry. This is a little bit bitter. You got some sugar, something sweet to put in this?
Don't you drink coffee? Is coffee not bitter?
Coffee's bean water. It's different.
It's different. This is leaf water. You got sugar for this?
If you were in here, Quanting would be like, "Stop! You're embarrassing us."
And I'm just dumping in sugar, just like, oh, I like this now. And thus, sweet tea is now canonical to this world.
Oh, I see what you did there. It's still hot.
I'd say you have the spice pouch, don't you? You can just like, oh, sugar, thanks.
Oh, well, it's a spice pouch, not a sugar pouch.
Is sugar not one of the things?
I don't know.
It is
I'll
now, baby.
Fine, I'll dump in a ton of sugar and just like...
That's showbiz, baby.
That's
I think I like this tea now.
What? Can you tell me a little bit about the water that we found? It, like, healed us.
Yes, the healing spring. We use our magic to gather it from hundreds and thousands of generations of life in this forest. It is very rare and very powerful. I hope it was useful to you.
Yeah, is it something that we could perhaps take a little bit more of and take with us on our journey?
How can I say no when you saved my life?
easy. No.
Thanks.
You have a point. Get out now.
And then I'm going to. I have alchemist supplies, so I'm going to spend some time trying to create, using my venom to make it into the. I guess I don't know how to describe it.
Potions of petrification?
Yes.
Also, what's Radric doing?
What is Radric doing?
I'll be with you guys.
Okay. I'm with you.
So I know that Velen wanted to talk a little bit about the Mount of the Serpent Flower. I guess I'm going to ask him, have you been there before?
I have, long ago. If you would like, I have some of that here with me. He goes to the ground, and you can see him. He slams on the ground with his staff, and the grass and the moss just kind of like slowly creep away as he kneels down and gets a box from the ground, and he opens it up, and you can see that there is some of the crushed serpent flower.
It's been so long. And I just kind of, if he allows me, I'll put my hand in and just, like how like it's very sensory, like people will put sand in their hand and let it flow between their fingers. I'm going to kind of do that with the flower.
Okay.
Just kind of just feel it again.
Gotcha.
I said, thank you for letting me. What made you travel so far?
One cannot learn anything staying in one place for too long. I believe it is important to travel the world, experience cultures, understand the world we live in.
I spent my life doing the exact same thing.
But now in my older years, I find that staying in one place, helping others, like yourselves, has its own reward.
That's more wisdom than I can handle tonight. Velen, did you ever meet my master, Oka?
I don't believe I did.
At the Sanctum of the Tempest at the top of the Mount of the Serpent Flower, we spend our days training, looking over all that is below. I think you would like Oka very much.
I shall take your word for it. At this point, Dain enters the room. Out of breath with like a wooden block in his hand.
I like see that there's a conversation happening, so I just kind of lean the block against the wall by the door.
Okay.
I kind of take a breath and compose myself and come sit just kind of with the group.
Okay.
Not wanting to interrupt.
So I guess I'll just kind of talk to him about his travels. I guess I'll ask him where are some of the places that you have been? What is the one place I absolutely need to see?
I'm not sure if you are familiar with the city of the elves.
As soon as he says this, I guess, Kwansing having a general background of kind of what happened with him, not really shock, but surprise on his face. I guess why would you say that? Like, you know what I mean? Like a wonder, like, it's very apparent.
In this age, the elves have hidden themselves away And with them they carry very beautiful culture. It is worthwhile.
I knew there was more to them than the stories we are told, but we'll have to see it someday then.
Yes, Tyler.
Hey, so I don't want to chime in on like if there's still conversation happening there, but like retroactively having spent time with that chunk of wood, would I be able to identify it?
Make a nature check for me.
Okay.
Can I give him the help action on that?
Yeah, you're proficient with nature, I would say yeah.
And I'll give myself guidance on this as well, but it sounds like advantage in addition to guidance. Mm-hmm. All right. So 19.
All right.
19. This is something called... Zalantar. What the heck is that?
I think it was Mike's back. Max Mike.
Max Mike.
Sorry. I scratched my ear.
Oh. Yes, it's something called Zalantar. But it's also known as just Blackwood.
Ooh. Got it.
It is a magical wood.
Would I know anything about the properties of the thing?
It carries a very special property that allows it to be activated as a light source.
Ooh, interesting.
All right.
That makes some cool armor. Here, let me.
Now we have to brainstorm on that and see what the...
Make a deal is. Pip.
How long is it going to take me to, or I guess, do I need to do any rolls to make this poison?
Yes, I need to pull this up quick.
So I have 2 vials left because I used one of my vials to dip my arrows in it.
You have 2 vials left?
Yeah,
Okay. So just mark off one of them.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Let me just pull this up real quick. In the meantime, anyone doing anything else?
I guess once conversations died down, I want to chime in and talk to Velen, but if other folks are asking questions or whatever, I'll wait.
Do your thing, man.
I'm just gonna say, is there some more tea? I'm really, really liking this now. And then I'm gonna grab myself another cup and dump a lot of sugar in it again.
Yeah, he puts like a small wooden box on the table that has a bunch of like just loose leaf tea inside these jars.
Is this for us?
Yes, please go ahead if you'd like.
And I just start elbowing Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, you see this? It's giving us some tea.
Okay.
We've already been drinking tea.
Shoot. No, he's giving us a box of this tea. This fantastic tea. I'm just kind of like jittery from all the sugar and caffeine in the tea.
So,
done, I believe.
Carla, it'll cost you to convert it. It costs you 50 quills worth of materials. So I'll say that you can just knock off the quill if you want to, but you'll get a petrification potion The DC of which is equal to your proficiency bonus +8 plus your intelligence modifier.
Awesome. Cool. So both of them.
If you can knock off 50 quill per.
Perfect.
Neat.
Sweet. What does it look like?
The potion of petrification.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a gray tone to it. You've changed it from its like green, like fluorescent property to like a very thick, like a gray color.
Okay.
And you have 2 of those.
It's potion of petrification.
Yeah, I don't think that exists in the equipment, but you'll have to write that down yourself.
Got it.
But yes.
Will you send me the stats?
I'll see if I can just make one quick on the D&D Beyond. D&D.
I'm gonna go ahead and then make my way to the pool of water. I'm just gonna sneak out.
Okay.
And go over there.
Brink, when you were just like singing the D&D, all I could think was D&D Beyond, D&D Beyond,
Oh.
D&D Beyond.
Is that Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they actually have a theme song. Like, have you heard that? The D&D Beyond theme song?
Oh, yeah. No.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bop. Such a bop.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's...
Yep.
Anyways.
Exactly. Real quick, Potion of Petrification, rarity?
This would be uncommon.
Common.
Uncommon.
Right.
Very common.
When I get to the...
Don't worry about it right now, Tyler. Let's keep playing.
For the sake of brevity, could you just say that I get there?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna take, I had a potion of venom, but I used it, so I'm gonna use that vial to put some water in it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my water skin container, which can hold 4 pints of liquid.
Okay, so that would turn it into, I would say,
Supreme.
let me see. So, it won't be a supreme, but it'll have multiple doses of it. So I'll say that you'll have 4 doses of a common healing potion.
So 5 technically.
Yeah.
Now just make sure you don't get thirsty and you're like, oh, water, and then you just drink it all. Like,
Yeah, right.
that would suck.
And I imagine it like that room. You know how like there's like is it glowing kind of from the water and like there's like
Kind of,
water
yeah.
marks. I just kind of sit there and like enjoy that.
Okay.
You know, with my knees up to my chest and just
All right.
sitting there.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else wanted to do anything?
Yeah, once I'm done looking at that robe and stowed it away, I'm realizing this is a centaur, and kind of resisting the urge to head his horse half and touch the part where it goes from horse to man. Like, what's that transition like? And then resisting that, want to go up and knock on the door where we looted the chest. If this door right here, I'm going to move my token.
That first door on the left.
Yeah.
I need to zoom back in.
Okay, you knock on the door and you find the door opens slightly, and there is a child about 12 years of age with this kind of dark orange hair, tattered robes, looks at you. His like green eyes peer between the crack.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I think this is yours. And I get out the wand that we found in the chest in that room. And
the door opens a little more and takes the wand slowly and.
I'm sorry. Thank you. And I'll just step back.
Thank you. And slowly retreats back into the room.
I'll return back to right next to Velen. And again.
All right. Anyone else have anything before we move on?
I was just, if that's it, I'll talk to Velen about the potion.
Okay.
So I pull it out with this little bottle of the Howling Wolf etched on the one side. We've come across one of these potions before. I don't want to take this if it's something that may be useful in a time of need. Can you tell me about it?
That symbol is my own personalized druid symbol. The potion you hold in your hand is not one that I have crafted for you.
Make your crap on a punch.
Max, stop messing with your mic, man.
I'm sorry. I had to scratch my eye and I accidentally bumped it.
These potions are given to you by nature itself, fueled by our power. It is my will to share it, and so it is made for you. Its nature is unknown to me, but it will aid you in any way it can.
I thank you. The last one brought me back from death. Can you tell me, would it be wise to save this one for another such instance? Or would it be better to take it now?
That is the question. Would you rather grow in strength now and lose that opportunity? Or would you rather be saved later, but be weaker now?
I'm gonna let fate decide. On an odd on this D20, I will not take it. On an even, I will. That's a 13. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm gonna save it.
Well, if you're disappointed, then just drink it. Because
That tells you your true feelings.
I let fate. Okay, I'll drink it. Fine. You talked me into it. Screw the dice.
And it wasn't very hard to, which means that that's what you wanted.
Yep, that is what he wanted.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what I wanted, but there's a difference between what I want and what would be a good decision.
Yeah, dude, this is a bad decision. Go ahead, though.
It's up to you, Tyler.
Jeez,
Because
Drew.
it's up to you because what happens if you don't fall, if you don't die for the next 7 to 8 levels or whatever,
Right.
You're
What
being-
if I never die again?
Yeah.
Ideally, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
So let's just say that. What if you never die again and you
Yeah.
just never have this? You know what I mean?
I'll just take it. I'll take it right now. Pop off the cork. I'll hold it up to Velen. I'll nod
He
to him
accidentally
and-
drops
and
it.
Thanks again.
Oh shit!
Aww. I'll wall
Got
chip into
another?
a dog and lick it off the floor.
Could have just done this as a human.
I'll drink it.
Okay, so you down the potion, and just as before, your chest begins to glow once more. Your eyes, you suddenly lose your pupils. To everyone else that's looking at him, he loses his pupils, and these streaks of wispy blue light begin to just trail off from his eyes. And there's a surge of power that just suddenly pulses throughout your body as your muscles tense up. And you feel a little stronger.
And I level up?
You don't level up now. But your Path of Dreams and Nightmares, the first choice, you get both of them.
Oh, snap?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, hell's bells, Dain.
Okay. I guess I don't know how to put that on my sheet, but
I'll add it for you later, just remind me, but
sure thing.
that's what you get.
Thanks, buddy. Cool. And I kind of come back out of the whatever that druid state is, whatever we want to call that.
The Avatar state?
Yeah, basically. There's an arrow on my forehead that's there for some reason. Bam, bam, bam. And I'll come back to my senses. Good. I'm glad I did. Thank you again.
He nods to you.
I am here to help rebuild, and then once you're ready to begin my training.
Very well. And for the sake of brevity, we're going into a several-day time skip here.
Perfect. I'll spend a lot of time in my scroll. In fact, all the time I need.
Haha!
And I'm gonna learn how to call lightning.
Oh God!
Just-
Just like-
It's just several days, just me standing outside yelling at the sky. Come on! Come
I don't know
on!
why I'm picturing ring ring, and the lightning is like, hello. Hey, it's me,
Gotcha.
Rondon.
You have the wrong number.
How'd you get this number?
Do you remember the Amanda Bynes show?
Yeah.
Rip.
I'm going to spend time outside waiting for a wolf.
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Coming in, like, at times, but
I guess, yeah, Pickles is here, right? Like outside.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I bring Pickles in. Side.
Did Pickles fly on Antorian's back?
yeah.
Hell yeah, he did.
All right.
That's how Pickles rolls.
Wait, he did? For real?
I would say that Velen would have clutched him with his talons as you guys.
Cantorian.
But Wolf couldn't
Right.
have done that?
The fuck? No.
They're different sizes, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Pickles is the size of a mule,
Pickles is a lot bigger
Yeah.
than Wolf. No.
and Wolf is the size
Could
of
you
a wolf.
imagine?
What?
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 I'm just labeling the words.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah. Several days of Dain and Velen hanging out, and Quan Sing doing a lot of prayer, and he's also doing his scroll probably 10 hours a day until he masters it. Because that's the kind of dedication he has. Only taking a break for tea.
And other food, probably.
Nope.
Only
Just
tea.
Nope, just tea. That's what he lives off of.
Man cannot live on
drinks
tea
it.
alone.
He drinks the tea and then eats the tea leaves.
Yeah.
You pour the tea.
Refinement.
Fucking Tyler.
Move on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what was it?
Yep. That was the painted on goatee from the ink on her hand.
Yeah. Okay. So, let us roll for initiative to see who decides to do what fast.
Well,
All right, so Eric.
8.
Pip.
I don't even need to go. I'm just gonna be outside.
Cool. Dain.
16.
Radrick.
I'm not really doing anything either.
Okay. This will go by quickly then. Kwanseng.
I rolled a 9.
And Rondon Dambers.
16 as well.
I think Rondon has a higher dexterity than Dain, so
Gotcha. So Rondon, you go first. What are you doing?
I'm gonna train with Villain first.
Okay.
Do it!
Are you gonna take your next level in Druid or what?
No.
That would be so funny. I want to be a dog too, Dain.
Rondon? More like Ron Dog. Just terrible joke, but no, I don't got anything specific that I'd want to do. Yeah, I'm chill. I'm cool. I'm a-okay.
Perfect. All right. So then, Dain, you begin your training with Velen. He takes you into the training room, and he begins to teach you how to prepare spells, how to choose your shapes, everything basic about the flow of your own energy, the relation to you and other living beings in the world. He tells you stories about Narina that you'd never heard of before. How she was very talented, and partly due to having the wild heart as an artifact that fueled her, And the fact that she was just so stubborn that she wouldn't go down. But he tells you that something had been troubling her for a while, and suddenly she stopped coming. One day.
How long ago?
It would have been... But it would have been like a year or two.
Oh, sure.
And so in that room, you train with the pools of water there. You train in your aquatic forms and your land forms. He begins to teach you how to do your flight forms, but you're not yet ready, obviously.
Right.
So, just the different kinds of spells through several days of training, just using every single spell that he can teach you at your level.
And I want to ask, because I'm assuming he never brings it up, but I ask about the death dog. It doesn't seem quite the same as the other forms you're teaching me.
No, it doesn't. And it is not yet clear to me why, but I suspect it has something to do with your heritage.
A heritage?
Yes, Dain, I don't believe that you are entirely human.
Say what? Come again.
I mean, you're one to talk.
Yeah, dick. Screw you too, buddy. So yeah, come again.
He says, I'm just gonna rip this quote off entirely. Did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared?
That's been my whole life since I got this wild heart thing.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about that already.
Any powers that you can't explain. Besides your affinity to nature. Something before then. Things you could do.
Nothing comes to mind. Everything seems to have started with the wild heart, the wild shape, I think people can hear me in their minds. I thought it was all druid stuff.
Telepathy is not a power found in druids. I would seek answers. Find your origins.
And I'm just kind of reeling. It's like, holy crap. There's
Your
a
parents, tell me about them.
I don't know much. I know that when I was a boy, maybe 5 years old or so, they left me with a friend. And I haven't seen them since. I barely remember them.
I see. Perhaps finding them will help you grow, help you understand yourself.
And I kind of want to take this moment to kind of hone in on the telepathy, because so far it's just kind of been like similar to with the druid magic, it's been just like kind of like an outburst. Like I need to communicate this message to somebody, and then it's happened, sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and focus it for a moment. So this is going to be a telepathic, like between me and Velen. But since they left me, I've thought not once of going to find them. Whatever reason they left, and I can't do anything about it. It'll be strange to look for them. But again, like, and I'm just kind of like feeling out what this thing is, and I'm going to use that action to allow him to respond.
Okay. Fascinating. And as you guys begin to kind of understand your abilities, you do also find out that language is not a barrier for you in communication with the telepathic abilities.
Interesting. Okay.
He teaches you how to control fire, conjure animals and things, make plants suddenly sprout, just control over nature itself.
So wow, you actually are the Avatar.
A little bit.
I mean, druids, they can control nature.
Yeah, it's all spells, not like a...
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah.
Speaker Velen, I thank you. I would not have been able to survive without this instruction. I will use it well.
I know you will. Be careful. The artifact you hold is very powerful. It would be a shame if it were to get into the wrong hands.
That reminds me. Radric said something that it was marked. That the hags somehow caused it to attract demons and devils. Is that something that you can help with?
Let me check my notes.
Cool.
It appears that you have been cursed. It is something that I cannot remove, unfortunately. It is outside of my realm of removing.
Any guidance would be welcome, but you have given me more than enough.
Inley will cast Remove Curse.
Inky!
Good old Inky.
Also, during the training, you saw him call to different animals, like different burrowing animals in the cave, and you sparred with them.
Oh, cool.
But never did he let you issue the final blow.
Right. Understood.
And he
Are there
always
any-
healed them.
Any beast sightings that come with that? Or will we cover it later?
Beast sightings. I don't believe so,
Okay.
but I can
I'm
double
just-
check.
I'm jazzed to not have to play a druid like a total noob anymore. Like, I can actually think about and plan stuff and not just, crap, what can I do? So that's cool. We can come back to it. I doubt that anything pressing will come up tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed. So,
No, nothing else.
okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just the Ankegs, I guess, would be the
Yep.
last one.
Yep. Yes, and so we come to... Welcome to Okwonsang.
I just spend my time training with that scroll.
And you complete it.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
Nice.
you complete the scroll, and therefore you can cast one first level air lacing technique without expending any key points per, what was it, short rest or long rest?
Short rest, I thought, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
short rest.
I was gonna say everything else is short rest, but whatever works. So I'll spend my time doing that and hanging out with Pickles. Little baby Pickles.
Okay.
For a second there, I thought you said Pipples. Like, oh, you gave Pip a new nickname.
Aw, Pipples.
Pipples.
Although if Pip isn't doing anything, I'll use her as a sparring partner from time to time.
Yeah.
For however long.
I guess
I'm here.
I'd be welcome.
Yeah,
some of
if you want to do that as well.
Some of the younger druids actually become pretty acquainted with you. They even help you grow the cucumbers to turn into pickles.
Do they have mason jars that I can put them in, like to pickle them? Because then I'll have Rondon spice it up, and we'll just start making pickles along the way, so we can stop buying those suckers.
Got a side hustle going. Nice.
Yeah, you hear Kwansing with the little cart. Niebe, niebe! Pickle, pickles!
Oh God!
I got pickles over here. Pickle. See, you need pickle. Yeah, I got 5. I got 20, 20,
Oh
25.
God! Yeah, through their druidic magics, they are able
Now he's
to
on-
create pickles for you.
And all of a sudden, Kwansang became an auctioneer instead of a vendor.
I'm going to notify Rondon of that so that, just like, hey, these druids know how to grow things. Maybe you can get some spices from them.
All right, let's grow some dillweed. That's
Perfect.
the only thing that's the only thing I want.
Just dillweed.
Just dillweed. That's the only important thing.
So yeah, I'll spend time doing that then, and then I just want to train. Something that I want to actively do while I'm here is train in the dark. Not having dark vision, I want to become better. You know what I mean? Just like spending my time trying to. I know it's probably not possible to necessarily gain tremor sight, but to be able to feel things out better. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to just be so lost in the dark.
Gotcha. Yeah, this kind of thing, in terms of like for D&D, it's not really possible.
Sure.
I would say in the future, if you wanted to, you could add a feat. Like if you were training this, if you, what am I trying to say? If your character were to dedicate time to doing this, I would create a feat for you to gain blind sight.
Ooh.
Depending on how often it comes up, you could gain blind sight from 5 to 10 feet away from you.
Ooh, that's cool.
But it would take up like a feat slot because it's something that you're working towards,
Right. Okay.
and it would come in later levels, obviously.
Right.
But since it's like that, you could train towards. But in the D&D sense, you'd have to take up a slot for it.
Sure.
So eventually, the days of training come to an end. You spend a total of 6 days with Velen. And even then, it seems as though you've learned, a lot. I mean,
Right.
Can I spend some time with him? I guess learning a language. My basic adept linguist stuff.
sure, yeah, so
Just whatever he feels like teaching me.
So actually, Druidic is not a magical language, so he can teach it to you.
Okay.
And I can probably supplement that on the road, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to
Perfect.
continue studying, I can
Absolutely.
continue his tutelage.
So you can add that in your notes.
Heck yeah. You can do
Druidic.
anything you want when you sexy.
Does Wolf ever show up?
Yes, Wolf does show up.
Yay!
On the third day, he shows up.
Thank you.
He just nuzzles into you, and he is filthy and he's exhausted.
Took you long enough.
But as the training comes to a close, he says, "I do not wish to keep you long, but I feel as though you've mastered it to a certain degree, to what you're capable of, at least."
I will continue to grow.
Just don't be strangers. Is there anything or anywhere you would like to go? I have the power to send you.
We promised our friend here, Eric, that we would check on his village, his town.
And where do you live, young Eric?
Greenwood, are you familiar? Quan Sang, show him on the map.
I guess, Mike, did you have something? Didn't you roll initiative?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. The only thing I was going to do is, I don't know where we're sleeping over this week time, but anytime we have a fire going, I'm paying a special attention to see if I see any faces in the fire.
You do not. And actually, Velen would create rooms for you. That's a good point.
Neat.
So, I guess, let me make some rooms for you real quick. Because this is a map that will be revisited.
Tight.
Spoiler.
Not really spoiler. This is like a safe house for you guys.
Oh, nice.
Hey, he invited us back. Like, explicitly.
Okay.
Now I gotta start, like, preparing spells and remembering to do that.
So, I guess if we have our own room, just for flavor, something Quan Sang would do is he would take just a little bit of sand, I'd say a handful, and place it in his room next to his bedside, and at night before going to bed, he'd just trace little things in it and just kind of think of home.
Oh.
The only home he's ever known.
Cantrips are fixed, right? I can't prepare cantrips.
Correct.
Those are set. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm airing out, dog.
Oh.
It's
you're
hot.
not excited.
It's
Are
hot
you-
down here.
for D&D.
Also, just a rules clarification point. Things with the ritual tag, do I have to have them prepared to cast them as a ritual?
If you already have them prepared. Oh. If they have a ritual tag, yeah, you have to prepare them still. But casting them as a ritual doesn't expend a spell slot, I don't believe.
But I still have to prepare it that morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are your rooms. There's not enough for everyone, I guess, but you can make do.
Ooh, training room.
Rondon and I can share one.
Oh, absolutely. Dain needs a cuddle buddy.
Nope.
Just wild shape into a Labrador. You can sleep at my feet.
I suppose I don't mind sharing a room with like Eric or Radrick as long as he won't kill me when I sleep.
Yeah, just like slowly, like.
Like, bro, you're talking to yourself again.
I'm picturing Quan Sang with his staff like clutched to his chest and like his eyes like opening and darting over
with like crazy like purple and red colors like in the room.
He's just kind of sitting in the corner, just staring at Quan Sang as he sleeps.
That's awesome. But yes, so he says, yes, I am familiar with Greenwood. They have lovely mountains there.
They do. That's my home. That's where I grew up, and I sure would like to get back there. I'm worried that the coven is there or on its way there.
If you'd all follow me outside, I can take you there immediately.
Also, Velen, do you have anything that will, like, blow up the witches?
A witch-killing bomb, if you will. Wand. A MacGuffin.
Actually, yeah.
Your tenacity and wisdom will allow you to do that.
That is...
My what?
It's 20 quill words again, Rhonda.
It's the only 10 I see.
What?
Tenacity. Tenacity.
Yes, yes, good job, Rondon. No.
It's a fancy word for determination.
Quad's like, did somebody get him a snack?
But yes, so...
Rhonda, do you want to prepare breakfast the morning before we leave?
You know what? It's been a minute since I did prepare us breakfast. Let's do it.
Before he's like saying his goodbye, we can eat all together.
Sure. So I'll say that morning you prepared a feast for you. Which one are you doing?
Yes, let me pull that up.
Let me check my notes.
Right.
Feats. Thank you.
Those big nasty worms might be grubs.
Yeah, so let's just do the increased hit point maximum. So...
Okay, so that will... I'll say, because it does cost you material components for that, you do have one seep leaf, if I'm not mistaken, in your inventory, in your equipment.
Okay, yeah.
Which is the component. But Velen does have herbs stocked up here, so I'll say he gives you 5.
Alright. So...
Party. Excuse me.
Yeah, so let me make us a good breakfast.
So what are you preparing for everyone, Rondon?
What should we prepare? So I'm assuming these druids, they're more vegetarian based, right? So I'm thinking a nice breakfast hash with some nice root vegetables. You know, some sauteed potatoes, some carrots, you know, let's throw in some bay leaves and some oregano and these seep leaves. And let's just make this nice and hearty. That was a really weird sentence. Nice and hearty.
I said hearty.
Hearty.
All right. So as he prepares the feast for you guys, since... What does it say about the hit die or the temporary hit points?
Yeah. So, kind of the default for your hit point increase, you'll use the hit die of the slain creature up to a D12. So
let's just say that we use the worms or whatever.
The carrion crumbs.
Yeah. So roll the hit dice of the creature a number of times equal to the proficiency bonus divided by 2, round up.
So carrion, crawler, they use a D10. So everyone roll a D10.
Nice.
And your maximum hit points increases by that much.
10.
Nice.
Tight.
Ooh, sorry, buddy.
Who? What'd you roll, Eric?
1.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 9.
I got a 5.
There you go. And Radger cannot benefit from this, unfortunately.
Because he can't eat.
He's got all kinds of cool benefits, though.
Yeah.
Sorry. What all am I immune to? And resistant to?
You can check on your character sheet.
It only says poison.
Oh, interesting. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, it only says poison and disease.
Oh! I need to take that wood with me.
Oh, yeah, right.
Or I need to find a way to work it without extending our time too much. Well, I guess if we're time jumping, can I just work it
there? In the Druid's Grove in Velen's home, there's no like woodworking tools.
Sure.
But I mean, you could probably find someone that works with wood in Greenwood and borrow their tools.
Sure. Okay.
My father works with wood.
Hey. Let's go meet Mr. Mugwump.
No, you're misunderstanding. Wood is his friend's name at work.
My bad. Okay. So we're just loading up, and I'm like, I've got like holding this. You said it's like a 3-foot log, basically, right?
Kinda, yeah. It's pretty big and it's pretty meaty.
But like 3 foot long, 3 foot across, but like round, like a log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would allow you to craft one piece of armor.
Here's my question. Mm-hmm. Could I take a small piece of it and make like a charm to put on the end of my staff?
For flavor, sure.
But could I use it? Could I make it light up?
Not in that small quantity.
Okay.
It's not like I have a splinter. Light! Like
it'd be a little glow. It wouldn't be like bright light or anything, but like something in the dark, you know?
Sure, like a firefly almost.
Like those glow-in-the-dark stars that you put on your bedroom ceiling.
Yeah.
Sure. Or like, if anything, like kind of like sorry, I'm trying to think of the movie, fucking the new Disney movie. Onward. Like an Onward. Like
You did use a splinter.
Well, not the splinter, but like you just set like a chunk of that wood right in as like it was the crystal.
Oh, the Phoenix crystal or whatever.
Yeah.
That was such a good movie.
I need to watch that movie again.
It's really
So
good.
good.
Yeah, that's an excellent movie.
Not sponsored. We love that.
Yeah.
Because we play in
Although
D&D, obviously.
If you'd love to sponsor us, that'd be tight.
That would be
Also, Disney would never sponsor us because we say fuck.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I can censor us so much. Am I going to? Not really.
No. What's Ashlyn looking at?
Anyways. Yes, so as you head outside with Velen, he takes you to a large tree that is actually, it's situated a little bit behind the Druid Grove, so where it kind of lies on top of it. So the Druid Grove is right beneath the tree. And it is this beautiful large oak tree. And what he does is he stands in front of it, places his hand on the bark, and looks back to all of you and says, "Are you ready?"
Actually, I need to use the restroom real quick.
Run done.
There'll be restrooms in Greenwood.
Oh, okay. I
What did
guess
we
I
say
can
before
hold
we
it.
left the house? Does anybody need to go to the bathroom? You
I
said
need to go then.
no.
I need to go now. Fine, I'll wait. You always do this to me.
Rondon,
You always do this to you.
We've been together for like 3 weeks.
3 long weeks. It might as well be 30 years.
All right. And so you can see him place his fingers dig into the bark of the tree. And you see with his other hand, they as well dig into the side of the tree. You see his muscles begin to tense, and he pulls the bark apart as this, like, almost like a vacuous kind of air suddenly, like, pulls all the air in, and there is this dark tunnel within it. And as he holds it open, he stands back and he says, "We will meet again."
Farewell, loudspeaker.
Can we see, like, is there an end to the tunnel that we can see?
There's like a faint light at the other end.
I run over to Velen and I kind of, one of his legs, I give it a hug. Thank you. And I'm in. I run.
Okay.
And I follow.
Okay.
I look to Velen and I say, "It's probably best I go after them," and I step through.
I give the Wakandan salute, just hop right back.
Velen forever.
And I'm in.
I just give him a wave and I go.
Radric goes, "What was that
It's just like horrifying. He's like, "Oh Jesus!" He like picks up like the legs and all that.
So dumb. I love it.
There's one more thing.
And as you all enter the tree, the doorway that he created closes, and suddenly you're within this like very dark space within the tree. And as you all continue to run and run, eventually you see the light coming closer to you, and you all jump out of the tree, and you find yourself in a very familiar space, Eric, kind of on a hill overlooking the valley of Greenwood.
Can I see my house from here?
Yes, you can.
And I just reach out. Whoever's right behind me, I guess that'd be Dain, because he went in right behind me. I just reach out. That's, and over there, that's where Jenny taught me how to, and over, there's old Tom's, and I'm just heading down the hill.
All right.
And I'm happily following.
Someone catch him before he trips down the hill.
I do want to ask real quick. He said I could train with that staff. Now that my training's done, did I leave it?
He gave it to you.
Okay, perfect. I didn't want to interrupt again, but I wanted to be sure.
Yes.
I guess I follow Dain and Eric with Wolf.
Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Is it still muffled?
No, it's fine.
You're good.
You're good.
Okay.
And I start running down the hill, but inevitably trip over a loose root.
Okay.
So I start tumbling.
I catch him before he tumbles too far.
As you will.
I shove
like,
him.
shit.
I shove him to complete his tumbling.
he just blast of air, just pushing me more down the hill.
All right. So as you guys continue to run down the hill there, it is a very small village, very humble, and you can, from this distance, you can see the small forms of several halflings going on about their business, going to and fro from the town itself. Give me 1 second. And as you guys approach the village of Greenwood, all of the people that you pass by, people that you know, Eric, countless faces that are too many to name, but you know them, and you walk with a certain kind of pride as they watch you enter with these very well-traveled and rugged-looking adventurers. It feels kind of good to walk back and kind of prove them all wrong, you know?
Is the majority of the population here halfling?
Yes.
So like
almost all, in fact, yes.
Okay.
So I'm like a giant compared to all of them?
Yeah.
Yes. And they are just looking at you like staring up as you walk by, keeping a fair distance, actually.
I guess I want to like smile and nod and give little waves and hey, how are you?
Boys.
You use your staff to wave at people.
Isn't that like a Pennywise thing? He's got like the hand that he's waving.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was imagining too. Just
I'm making a beeline, not running anymore. Now that we're in town, I'm trying to look a little cooler. But
it's also not on fire, so
yeah, exactly.
Good news.
But heading directly to my parents' house.
I mean, we obviously got to meet your parents, so.
All right. And so I would say, as you travel through town, Eric, describe your home.
Small village. Pretty much exclusively halflings, with halfling-sized buildings. So Radrick can actually, if somebody got a frisbee stuck on the roof, Radrick would be able to just reach up and grab it.
Frisbee?
They were invented in Greenwood.
Oh, that's actually what Eric's dad carves out of wood. Like that's his primary.
There you go. The main export of Greenwood is wooden frisbees.
on the outskirts of town, there are all these baskets that have chains hanging down on them, just on posts. Yeah.
Oh man, that's too funny.
Love it.
Fairly simple town. People are just going about their business at a there's never a hurry in Greenwood. People are milling about, not walking purposefully to their important meeting. And the people here would be, particularly Radrick and Wolf, would be probably sources of some apprehension, seeing menacing creatures like that. There is a fairly heavily wooded area just outside of town, which is what I pointed to earlier. That's where Jenny taught me. And then the thoughts coming too quickly, that was gone. But that's outside of town. Most of the buildings are simple homes that look like also serve as their source of livelihood. For instance, my parents' house has a little wood shop that is actually part of the house, not a separate thing. And someone else is selling baked goods out the windowsill of their own home. That level of
Is there a person like floating on the smell waves?
Yes.
It's part of the magic of the town.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
All right.
Very cozy.
It is. Cozy is exactly the word for it.
Let me share with you, actually, guys, the area that you're in.
Ooh.
Wait.
Gertinen?
I just like, whatever.
Like you were starting to type green and had a stroke?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So you approach your house, Eric. This quaint little home. You don't come from very much money, and it reflects that, but it feels like home, and that's the most important thing.
I'm gonna. I pause at the door. Kind of look back at everyone. Steel myself and reach forward and open the door. Mom, Dad, I'm home.
Immediately as you open the door, you can smell the fresh baking of your mother's pastries. And it just... This sudden, like, chill. Not a bad one, but like these really, like... You know when you're listening to a really good song? Have you ever gotten chills?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. It just... you feel good. And you walk inside and you see your mother. Blonde hair, just like yours, but longer. Tied back up. You can see she's covered in flour, wearing like a brown apron. And she's a little taller than you. And she screams out and she says, "Eric!" And she goes and she hugs you as you all kind of stand in the door, kind of like peering in because you're all way too tall, except for Rondon, of course.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I'm only 4 foot tall.
Yeah, I'm just clutching her. Where's Dad?
He's out in the forest.
Making frisbees again.
I hold her by the shoulders and I'm just looking at her and taking in her face.
She's filthy.
Is everything okay here?
Yes, everything's fine. Oh, Eric, you didn't tell me we'd have guests. I would have fixed myself up. And she tries to like,
Mom,
pat all the flour off and.
Oh, Mrs. Mugweed, Mrs. Mugweed, I'm sorry. You look fantastic, by the way. No need to clean up for us. Rondon Timbers, nice to meet you.
Eric. I didn't tell me we'd have company over.
No.
She grabs your hand and she shakes it. And
nice to make your acquaintance there, Mrs. Mugweed.
Likewise. Will you be staying for dinner?
Well, shoot. I mean, if you're offering, if that's okay with you, Eric, that is.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to impose. I know your mother invited us, but nonetheless, you're my friend, and I don't want to impose in your house.
Thank you, Rondon. Of course.
I'll need to bake more pies. And she looks at Radric, who stands at like almost 7 feet tall. A lot more pies.
And you know what, Mrs. Mugweed, if you'd have me the honor, I'd love to help you bake those pies too.
You want to take him up on that offer, Mom? Those are going to be good pies. Listen, he's like
Charming
the second
and
best
talented
baker I know.
Shucks, Eric.
Dude, Quan saying right now is the most uncomfortable he has been in weeks. He's like, I don't know if this is flirting or if this is weird. Just little people talking. What the heck is going on? So Quanting's like, I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air.
Any more high pitched and it's squeak speak.
And, just to clarify, Rondon is not flirting. This is just his way of showing hospitality.
I
Rondon
know,
flirts with
but
everybody.
yeah, you don't know how to
Rondon
just talk
flirts
to
with
people.
everyone.
You don't know how to
Lord Mayor
talk to
Faustus?
people normal.
Even Lord Mayor Faustus. Rondon is into that dude.
Disgusting.
Give me that gross goatee and mustache.
I want to chime in and just kind of, Mrs. Mugweed, thank you for your hospitality.
Please call me Verna.
Verna, I'm Dain.
Except for Rondon. It's Mrs. Buckwheat.
Right. If you know where Mr. Mugweed is gone, I'd be happy to help him collect the lumber.
Yes, he is.
If there's
get my
somewhere
notes.
if there's somewhere I can leave this while I go and help him, and I hold up the block of wood. Which I guess I imagine I would have fashioned some sort of like carrying strap so it's over my shoulder and not just like holding it out in front of me. Like,
Yeah. No, you're just hugging it the whole time.
yeah.
Just,
So she tells you he is southwest of the village.
Okay. Friends, I'll be back. I'll be back.
I'll come with.
I'll be Mozart.
Um,
I'm glad the joke wasn't lost on anyone.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it.
is there something that I should say when I find him to know that I'm a friend?
Tell him that if his dinner gets cold one more time, I'll have his head.
All right. And I'll kind of like incline my head in a bow, and I will step out so that the house is less crowded.
Just under my breath to Rondon, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that myself.
Your mother's a feisty one there.
Yes, she is. Mom, did you get my letter?
I did. I also got what you sent with us. That's very generous, Eric.
That's nothing, but I just wanted to make sure that you're safe and taken care of.
I hope you're not getting into any trouble with all this money you're making.
I think the money's the least of our issues at the moment. I'm sorry. I'm interjecting here, but also you got one talented son. I cannot explain how.
Stop it.
He's a great man. He's becoming a great man, and you should be very proud of him.
Now I can't tell if you're flirting with Eric.
You're like peering in through the windows, like
The ambiguity of Rondon's sexuality.
No, it's honestly just a feeling on the back of Quan Sing's neck. It's just like the hair stands up and he's like, Rondon's definitely flirting with somebody.
Not even in the same
Every
city.
time Rondon speaks.
Yeah.
it's that bard spirit.
Yeah.
So she says, so tell me what have your travels been like?
I don't even know where to start. Scary and awesome. A lot of scary, but so much awesome. Okay, that guy back that just left, he can turn into a dog. And, okay, so he...
Her facial expression just turns to like...
Watch this. Kwansing, this floor's awfully dirty, right? Can you do something about that?
I step back into the house and I go, does your mom have allergies?
No, just do it.
And I lift my hand up and then I just kind of strike straight down and blow all the dust out of the house.
Okay. How forcefully?
Oh God. Just enough to get the dust, you know?
Okay. So it's less of a strike and more of just like a leaf blower.
Sure. Thank God I made this character to become a freaking leaf blower.
And she's like, wow, that's useful.
I walk her.
Have you seen something like that before? That's amazing.
Just occasionally I'm going.
You like put your arm, you're like, as you're like, you fall.
The one outside turns into a goat. If we do this right, we could start a yard business.
Meanwhile, Pip sets the house on fire.
Yeah.
Fire!
She actually went with Dain.
Oh, Dain.
And Radric here, so I kind of thought he was like Mr. Jenkins, where he was probably a little deformed and he was embarrassed, and that's why he didn't take his helmet off. But it's a completely different thing.
Honey, we don't talk about people like that.
Yeah, no, you're. I'm sorry, Mom.
Mr. Jenkins is deformed.
It's not deformed. He just had an accident. He's the blacksmith, and he had some. His face is a little burned. It's not a big thing. Nobody talks about it anymore. It's just the way he is. But he was a little worried about it for a while, and I thought that's what was going on with Radric when we first met him, because he would never take off his helmet.
I look at Radric and I'm like, that's what you thought?
I mean, is that less believable than that he's empty?
I look back to Radric and then back to Eric and I go, no. He's 9 feet tall. It's just so funny to me.
We cut to Dain.
Oh, Dain.
As you walk through town with the block of wood on your back, exiting.
I thought I left it.
Oh, sorry then. You walk out of the village of Greenwood.
I went with him.
Okay, so both of you trekking across the open plain to the edge of the forest. You suddenly hear a shout off in the distance, and the voice says, "It took you all a while." And you all look back to see Presea and Brano, arms crossed, just looking at you from across the field as the wave of air kind of sweeps across the blades of grass, creating this rippling kind of effect. And they say, "We have much to talk about."
Brano, Presea, it's good to see you.
Where's Melanie?
We're running out of time.
What?
They'll be here soon. And that's what we'll pick up next time.
Shit.
You did not. You did not.
He did.
He did.
He did.
Oh my god.
Did.
What the hell?
Hey guys, thanks for listening. If you're enjoying our podcast, please help us grow by sharing it with your nerdy friends and family and leaving us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you haven't heard, we are beginning the process of transitioning to present the Dark Veil in a live stream format. Be on the lookout for more information on Facebook at Realm Narrative Gaming, on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at RNG Presents, or go straight to our website at rngpresents.com. Thanks again, friends. We're so happy to have you, and we'll see you next time on The Dark Veil.
The Dark Veil is a production of RNG Presents and features Mac Anderson as Rondon, Tyler Brinker as Dain, Drew Doland as Kwanseng, Carla Elfritz as Pip, Mike Lewis as Eric, and the Dungeon Master? That's Brandon Rubio. Our amazing music provided by Aidan Chan, and this episode edited by Carla Elfritz. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Dark Veil.
Don't put that part in. Please don't put that part in.